Hello, my digital dreamers. How are you all doing tonight? It's Mihai coming at you live, alive, and fully digitized from the deepest abyss of your mind. The happy abyss, at least. But, hi. What's going on tonight? Trying out a few new things, so I'm very curious to see if I see any of y'all popping in from where we are going vertical. Trying to do like 9 million things with OBS, so you know what? Just having fun along with the adventure. But come on in, make yourself comfy. And I heard someone say, Zeddy, well, you know. I think you know what you're getting for that one. Little massage. Little, what is it, ASMR, little something to help rest your ears. Help you drift away into dreams. Now fly away, Mar. Yeet! The purring, oh my god, I know. I like to have fun at night. I like to get crazy when it's late at night. But how are you all doing? What are words? What even are words? I don't know what words are. I just kind of, throw words together and just all of a sudden something happens. What happened? What did Naya-chan do? Also, hello, DM. I see the how dare you, and I'm like, bro, you went live at what, 1 a.m. your time, and you're calling me out for going live late? Bro. Which I know Dive's been doing some collabs recently, so I hope those have been going well with what you've been doing with the friend you've been streaming with. I did, so what? Throwing it back at me like that. Oh my god, killing your streak or your stream schedule, but don't worry. I'll help y'all drift away into a dreamland. I know it's late, but it's an adventure. And it's a nice night. So, hopefully, I'm trying to test something out right now because, as I've been playing around with things. So right now what I'm trying to do is see if it's possible to actually go live on 2 YouTube feeds. Because there we go. Trying to see just how far we can go out into the internet. Because, now that, a lot of people like to watch stuff vertical, trying to see just how this all works. Just setting things up, kind of playing around with some settings. But don't worry, I will always take care of y'all. Y'all will always have a good time. Y'all been doing anything fun recently? I know Cinderant, I saw you the other night in another person's stream. How you be? As we were talking to each other last night. And hello everyone, come on in. Just make yourselves comfy. Just chill out, vibe. Tell me, what's on your mind? Any good dreams lately? Any dreams you want to share with your boy here? Any dreams to power? Oh, I don't know. A new chapter soon? Uppies? All right, I can get some more uppies. Here you go, Autumn. Up we go. Around and around and around we go. All around the world. Yeet! Toodles! Anyone else? Just got off VC with friends. You are sleepy. I know, it is late for you. You have to start your day up with the crows normally, so. Well. What was I going to say with that? I don't know. My mind is drawing a blank right now. Can you have uppies? Yes, you can, Evan. Let me get you. There you are, right there. But yeah. So as I was talking to Cinderin for a second, been working with an artist who's got some fun new stuff on the way. So I hope y'all enjoy when the time's right. Ah, hello. Well, hello, Sarah. Now, are you a grusgott or are you a servus? Which part of Germany are you from, if I may ask? So what am I saying right now to all y'all out there in Deutschland? I know we've got Australia. I know we've got... do we have anyone from Britain right now? We do have Germany right now. Yeah, good night. Get some rest, David. It's like 3:30 in the morning for you. Okay, so you get both. You got both Servus and Grüß Gott. There was a British comedian, Liam Anderson, who is a British expat in Germany who had done a funny sketch about that, so I think he and his wife live in the southern part of Germany. So he was visiting Hamburg, and then just someone grimacing the moment they hear Servus. Yeet. And good afternoon from Australia. I need to get down to Australia one of these days. I hear it's just absolute beauty everywhere. And, getting into the outback. Of course, everything, wants to kill you out in nature because everything is bigger in Australia. Australia is probably the one place that even Texas looks and is like, heck, now we got some big honking tarantulas here in Texas, but now if we're talking Australia, golly, oh, very busy with school. You Gucci. You are Gucci. Du bist Gucci. Fear Australia. Uppies for a friend. Yes, indeed, cheese ducks. I was going to say, I don't think I've seen you for a few streams, so hello. How you be? And hello, Ash. What's going on? It is late for you too. Hi. Come on in. Get comfy. Everyone is always welcome. We get all the uppies. We dance. We move. We yeet. And uppies for you too, Carmen? Sure. I feel like I want to change the music up a little bit. I want to try something new. See if I get myself demonetized on YouTube. Let's find out how this works. Can I do some stretches? Oh, I might be able to do that. Seems very targeted. We're like, hey, Zaddy, poke, 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 poke. Can you do some stretches? Maybe. I know, Ash, you've been busy. You've been out traveling the world last I saw. So, hopefully you had a good trip where you were for a bit. Like spiders, except for the big ones. In fact, who was I? There was someone I was listening to where all of a sudden, yes. So I was listening to the artist OJ, who might have a little something special coming sometime soon. Wink. Talking about a VTuber that he was doing a dancing sprite for, who is a spider VTuber. And this one in particular, she was reincarnated as a spider with after having arachnophobia in real life. So here, it's this funny thing where, you become what you severely, severely dislike. And just the thing of, somehow we got on the topic of spiders. And just, you kind of see them and it's like, oh, okay, you're fine, you're cute, but you're not allowed in here. So toodles. And I was thinking to myself how I was traveling and happened to see a big old digital tarantula just skitter right across in front of me. I'm looking going, that's a big boy. Probably a big girl, because I think normally it's the girl spiders that are the big ones. But I'm just watching it scoot right past me. I'm just going, I'm just going to leave you. So you be good. You be good. You be good, little spooter. Go eat the bugs. Go eat the roaches. Just eat all the digital bugs out there. Can you boop the snoot? Indeed, you can. What else was going on? Hello, Morpho. How you be? Had good streams over the weekend? I think you were streaming a few times the last few days. Nova! Hello. I apologize I haven't gotten back to you. It's been a little crazy for the last few days, but hello. Come on in. Someone I know from another world, y'all. Bringing all the worlds together. And hello, Chaya. How you be tonight? What's going on? Come on in, everyone. All insomniacs are welcome. Celestial Storm. I got Celestial Storm. Who else did I forget? Someone else wanted uppies. Where was the other up? Giant. Okay, wolf spiders. On the other hand, then we can. Wolf spiders, I will respectfully keep my distance from, because even though generally they're not going to mess with you, they can mess you up if something goes wrong. Doing a marathon, so streaming okay, so that's because I know I had tuned into a few things that you were doing, and now all of a sudden just trying to keep track of everything. My head is just in tangles. It's been a long last few days. It's just nice to spend some time with y'all. Yay! And I think there was someone else who wanted uppies. But yes. Hello, Chaya. Welcome, Nova. Hello, Morpho. Come on in, y'all. Just happened to take a nap and now continuing to work on your redesign. Nice-oo. Nice-oo, nice-oo. And of course, I love all y'all artists in here. So, of course, anytime any of y'all want to show any progress, the stuff you're working on. Got a lovely little place with some good people to show that stuff. I just love seeing artists. I know. I saw... so, Mar, I didn't know you got tattoos, but I did see Quinn's earlier, which was very pink. So it did come out looking good. Don't like any spider. And, that is fair, because, spiders can be a little... Okay. Spiders can definitely be a little spooky, because, especially when you see one move and it just... There's something about the ways that their limbs move that just kind of throws you off a little bit. And, if anything, after many years of seeing different spooters just kind of scooting around the Zettaplex, it's like, you do your thing. I might, politely escort you out. Just kind of be like, scoot. But can you get uppies? Yes, you can, Kachine. Where are you at? There you are. Up we go. Hey, you know what? Always love to see that sweet boy get some love. I'm always happy to see... him hopefully have some happy days. So, he's always happy to be a muse for some good people. He's like, are you going to draw me like your French girls? Wow. Yeet. Been called legist, since with animals, the less legs, the better. Oh my God. And then you love snakes. So, okay, there's, fair enough. If you don't like animals based on their number of legs, it is legist, but at least you're intellectually honest, where you go, Danger Noodles, they're adorable. No legs. It's like the optimal number of legs, and they just scoot around. They just skitter around. It's just, you boop the snoot. Speaking of boop the snoot, yes, let me flip you around there, Jen. There we go. I know most, any snakes that you're okay to hang out with, they are cute. And, especially the ones, you just see big old snoot, just big nose, little beady eyes, might have a little slithery tongue, and just boop. In fact, speaking of which, boop, boop, boop. Nose nuzzle, yeet! Undyne time. Her name is Mama. Aw, that is cute. There was a leopard gecko that every now and then someone would drop off at the Zettaplex, and it's like, here, take care of my baby girl. And, she was a sweet thing, and she loved to eat crickets. And, would just kind of move around, do her thing, keep her hot in the daytime, and kind of cool things down at night, so, can help regulate cold-blooded creature. She was sweet. Although, it was a little tough when, of course, she was molting. So then you would see her, or shedding, I guess you would say, is all of a sudden you just see her skin kind of left around. So it's like, okay, I'm going to pluck that out. A water moccasin. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Chaya. Water moccasins are venomous, correct? Which, all to you for having the brass pair to be able to pick one up. But I think that's the kind of thing where it's just like, maybe that's where all of a sudden the fight or flight response comes in, where I go, you're cute. I'm going to leave you put now. I don't want to have to take a trip to get an anti-venom shot. Some snakes can sense some aura around you. Fair. And I think that's kind of the thing about nature, is that you get some creatures where they just sense, okay, you're not trying to harm me in any way. Like some videos, if you've ever seen a sloth picked up, and you just see them splayed out like a little dog, and just watch the sloth be carried across a road. The sloth is just like, oh, I'm going up now. Thank you. And just move them on over out of the way so that they're out of trouble. Oh, well, Nova, I think the simple answer to that question is I've been. I think that's the easiest way for me to answer that right now, just in short terms. So, going live, just kind of enjoying some things. hopping back and forth between worlds. Different roles, different personas. Just trying to take a breath. Thought I actually got a tail for a second. I know. Oh, God. Are you going to start? Is everyone going to start with the tail thing again? Oh, my God. So I was showing some teasers of Mihai 2.0. Because, we're getting ready for a little redesign. Some of y'all might have even seen a little bit more. And, of course, don't get in trouble. Don't let me get you in trouble now in case y'all got any obligations. I always appreciate y'all tuning in, but make sure you take care of yourself first. Because, of course, I'm happy to let anyone drift off to dreamland. But the last thing I want is like a German Miss Trunchbull being like, why are you listening to the VTuber in the class? This is not art class. Now sit down and do the mathematical times tables. Or whatever it might be at that particular point. Let's hope they don't call you emergency. Oh my God. Chaya. Does it have a tail? I don't know. Well, you know what? I will show you. Let's see. I'm going to show you all just a little sneak preview. So let me change this for a second. There we go. So I'm going to change this. Got one image I'm going to put in because I don't think I want to make it public quite yet. But just to give y'all a little peeksy-poo. There we go. Aha, there we go. There we go. Because I'm not going to reveal it all quite yet. There's still some surprises I got in store, but at least for now. There we are. Transform. There we go. Oh. That didn't work out right. Gotta get my transitions right. There. And the high transition. There we go. Oh, that's not right. Let's fix that. Properties. Ease in, cubic, position. There. Changing up things a little bit. Thought I'd throw in a little future funk. See if this might actually be okay for YouTuber if this gets me in trouble. We're experimenting tonight. We're experimentalists. There we go. Oh, nope, that's not right. Let's see. Properties. Ease in, bottom center. There we go. What I probably need to do is actually get myself just some more royalty-free music. Recognize the horns, eh? Short answer is yes. Assuming everything goes right, I should be able to join on the 22nd. So that should hopefully go well. One final hurrah. And I did see the art, which that was cool. So might be fun to share that sometime soon. Tuesdays for some, known as a second Tuesday. Oh God, does anyone like more than one Tuesday? But anyway, if y'all want to see. Boom. Hi. Y'all like me so far? Little pixelated, not gonna give y'all too much of a peek yet, but let's see. Duplicate scene, there we go. Get control of that again. But yeah, so got some features. Y'all have seen some things as they are. But not gonna show y'all too much quite yet. Digging the outfit though? And I might even send y'all on off where you can see some of the PNG tuber assets being made soon. You see the tail? I don't know what you're talking about. There is no tail. You see? There is no tail. There is no tail. You see, we go from head to torso to hands. There is no tail whatsoever. Just a bunch of black garbled pixels. It all works in the design. You see, no tail whatsoever. No ass limbs. As Spampton G. Spampton would have it. You see red fire, indeed. Oh, indeed you do, Mar. You see 1 pixel of red fire, and you're like, awooga! Hashtag Mihai Zetta. Start up that NSFW tag. It's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to this. My VTuber mama, she got good genes, and she made stuff look good. So that's gonna be there for right now. Yes. Tail confirmed. I don't know what you're talking about. There is no tail. No tail whatsoever. There's no tail. Absolutely no tail. Any of y'all who are saying there's tail, you are lying to me. You are gaslighting. Oh my God. Got finished with an artwork which started during Jay's stream. Did some things called... Did turn some people into what you like to call squeakers. And bonjour, Tuxel. Good morning. How you been, La France? How you be? Come on in, everyone. There is no tail. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you can see my bodacious bootay. Well, kind of, sort of. It's a little pixelated still, but... You know, I'm giving y'all at least a little bit of a peek before we play some more Digital Burlesque tomorrow. Let's see. Where do we... Trying to remember all my sources because I'm not used to doing things in real time with OBS. So all of a sudden where it's like, you know, oh, keep moving, adjust this. But yeah, even pixelated looks awesome. I know. I'm really looking forward to it. My VTuber mama, Avi Yorima, she did some beautiful, beautiful work. And so to give y'all a little sneak peek of what's coming along. So up first, going to be re-debuting as a PNG tuber, which... Mr. J is doing some awesome work. And let's just say, some of y'all that are liking this so far, I think you all are going to like what he's got in store. And in a few months, then going to be working on the big boy live 2D model with Avi. So I will very happily give them shout outs because their work is gorgeous. So let me try and remember what Avi's channel is first and foremost. What is it? Not Twitter. We don't want to go there, or X as it is now. Trying to remember if it's Yoruma Art or Avi. No, it's Avi Yoruma. That's what she is. There she is. Okay. So there's Avi's stuff, or if you'd like to check out anything she's doing. In fact, speaking of snakes, she's been working on a redesign for 1VTuber Fractal Fern, which, oh, and thank you for that follow, Katarina. Come on in. I don't have a tail. What are you talking about? Just because you see a shape that happens to be a very limber thing that looks like attached to my backside. Look, it's an illusion. I don't know what you're talking about. Care about the cake and the tail. Okay. There we go. If anyone asks butts or boobs or butts or moobs, okay, fair enough. I know the answer for that one. Third leg, yeah. I mean, it would technically be a fourth leg if you catch my drift, but a very long tailcoat or a tassel. Exactly. You know, I'm doing digital burlesque right now. It's a tassel. Thank you, Cinderant. And also... the other shout-outs, so anyone who happens to be looking for some other artists to follow. I have to wait 1 minute before I can give another... Oh, well, I'll give that in a second. Yes. Lurk, vibe, welcome to everyone who's just popped in. We're just kind of vibing for a little bit right now. Just talking about tails and not tails. Might be addressed. So, yeah, funny enough, I ended up getting super crowned for a few streams, and I ended up as Bowzetta for a while. Not gonna lie, I kind of looked hot in that dress. Oh, man, might have to see if I can get myself... Wait. Hold on! Oh my god! Morpho, thank you! I haven't set up an alert for that, but I just saw that. Thank you! Supporting a little thing on Throne. Oh my god. And also, making it rain. Yeah, let me get this out of the way for a second. Why isn't this going? Hey, yeah. There we go. I said, hey! What's going on? Oh, no. no, my alert box is not working. What is going on? I should fix that right now. Thank you very much for the 1 month sub, though. You did. I do appreciate it. You know, I've been trying to do a little bit of my artwork. So one of the fun things, as we're looking at 2.0, I might have to share some of my sketches I was doing for the concept sketches. You were trying to run away. Well, it's not very effective. Tee. What should you do for your... But no, I appreciate that. I've been trying to get into... Oh, let me actually make sure the address was right for that. Because that... Uh-oh. Otherwise, that might end up going somewhere... Let me make sure that was good. To make sure that it actually does go to the Zettaplex and not somewhere... Quick fix. What did I use to do that? But I do appreciate the support. Thank you. Aren't we supposed to have music? We are. Oh my god. My mind is a little fried today, so I apologize for any little oopsie poopsies. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that'll make it safely. That will make it safely. There we go. Just all of a sudden realized, oh, let me make sure that, there we go. Okay. Model. Hey, and I was gonna say, I feel like once... I've been looking at inviting everyone into the Zettaplex pretty soon, so I'm working with someone to make sure it looks nice and pretty for y'all to finally see. So I will let you know. Hello, Smut with Plot. We got a whole crew coming in from J-Stream yesterday. Hello. Speaking of which, as I was mentioning, any of y'all who like to watch some very tasty artwork, let me actually make sure I did type out his username right, because Twitch does not autocomplete. Let's see, and he's got a bunch of underscores in there. There we are. So for any of y'all looking to follow another artist, then I know Chaya being another artist, we got a whole bunch of artists. I love y'all. I love y'all guys. Oh, right, and then I had to figure out what happened with my alert box, because that did not trigger at all. That's a problem. Oh, I think I know what happened. I know what happened. Heck. Connection, scene, alert box. Yeah. There we go. I think I know what happened. Make sure that pops up. And let's see. Play sound, alert, appear group. There we go. Because I changed something and realized, unfortunately, one of the problems that you do have, much as I love, much as I do love, trying to talk right now. What was I trying to say? I cannot find my... there we are. Okay. There we go. Chatting game or desktop. That's what we needed. That's what happened. Yeah, so the one thing that is a little difficult is, of course, when you got a million things programmed to go a certain way, sometimes can get a little squirrely trying to manage everything. So all of a sudden I'm just going, crap, I gotta update the triggers. But chatting, alert box, there we go. But thank you for your patience. Doing just too much testing. Everything's got to be made to work right. That's probably what happened. Yeah. But at least we can vibe along while we're doing it. Do I need a hug to recharge? Those nails, I know. Yeah, I did forget to cut my nails just a little bit. So, you know, just a little. But, you know, just a little scratch. Just a little bit. Little artwork. You want to know crazy about your little artwork you did during J-Stream? Tell me more. Be well, Zetta. Okay, so that is your Discord. Gotcha. Sweet. So, you be well, get some rest, and I'll see you soon. Good night, Nova. That little artwork you did during Jay's stream. Let me also make sure. Where are we going with that? The biddies. Got the tig old biddies that can hit. I think I got that fixed. I think I got that all fixed. No, I did not get that fixed. There we go. Poll chatting. Yeah, basically I just messed up my chatting scenes. Most people use simple solutions for things like this, like just using Streamlab, or rather Stream Elements or something like that, but I have to do everything the hard way. A good back scratcher, I know. Just a little scratch. Be able to scratch that itch, whatever it is that's ailing with you. Them RGBs? Oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean RGBs? RGBs? What you getting at, Smut with Plot? Is there something with RGBs? How interesting a concept. Please make the Mihai 2.0 smaller. All right, let me just fit that back on the screen. Blending mode, transform, fit to screen. There we go. I should actually learn my commands. There we go. Can't stay long, and that is fair, because I know it is right in the morning for your A56, so come on, enjoy yourself for a little bit. Spoilers? I don't know what you're talking about, Smut with Plot. I have no clue whatsoever. Golly, almost like you've gotten a sneak peek of what everyone else is going to be seeing soon. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Teehee. Anyway, where were we? What were we talking about? RGB. That's right. RGB things. RGB makes everything 30% faster. It is a confirmed. For a moment, I thought this was about to be the power of love. I'm like, don't need money, don't need fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train. And it's strong and it's sudden and it can be cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power of love. That's the power of love. Can you feel it? Putting on a little future funk and I'm just going, ooh, what is it gonna serve me up next? Chat, is the music serving? Before I get myself demonetized on YouTube, does it serve? Does it sound appealing? I know. Yeah, I've been taking a little rest for a while after running myself ragged. Because, a lot's been going on for you, boy. Always trying to keep everything good for y'all in the Zettaplex. Come up with some new adventures. There we go. As I slowly fix all these triggers. I sus? What do you mean I sus? I know sus. What are you talking about, Lobet? I know sus. I am not sus in the least. I mean, some might have called me the sussiest baka this side of a digital dream, but I am very not sussy. In fact, I am so not sussy, I am the least sussiest person. I am the person who is so not sussy, I serve you breakfast or brunch after church. After your goat mom is reminded of sinning, and, oh, that reminds me, would you care to join us for church, Susie? I am so not sussy. I'm like a Jersey diner that you come to, and the eggs are always good, the meat is always good, the meat is always the most delicious thing you can get at 11 o'clock noontime. And, yes, I am not a sussy baka in the least. Unless you want me to be, then I can be a very sussy baka. You turned me into a squeaker. Oh my, I feel like I'm gonna have to track down your artwork now, because I don't think I was trying to think if I've seen your stuff, Lovesick Max. Where you at? What links did you have on your channel? Let's see. There's your Insta, there's your TikTok. What else you got? Tiki-talkie. Private, fair enough. Okay. Do not start being sussy. Why? What do you mean? Don't y'all like when I start becoming sussy? I mean, of course, I'm just a good, wholesome... Well, I'm someone good and wholesome in your dreams, let's put it that way. Can I sing Peaches? I can take some special requests for, a little support maybe. Might be able to do some. In honor of the great artist trying to raise his son to be a great little artist so that he can make all the artwork for his Mama Peach. A multifunctional automaton. Oh, wow. Golly gee willikers, my blue eyes. Or something like that. You sent... Oh, let's take a look. Let's take a look in the Discord. No, I don't show too much stuff in the Discord on stream because I never set up a Discord source, but... Oh, so there's some Cinder Ents. Now, where is yours, Lovesick Max? Where you be at? Let me take a look, see if I can find this. Let's see. From Lovesick Max. Oh, there I see your little guys. A shelf of squeakers. Nice. Okay, yep. Got a whole crew. Yep, I'm recognizing pretty much everyone from Jay's stream last night. Were I a demon in the Hell Show, who would I be? Or what would I be? Dealing with severe depression, and probably enough to get my own song out of it. I think that's a good place to start. What would I be if I were a demon in Hazbin Hotel? That is a good question. I mean, I don't know if I say fuck enough to be allowed into Hazbin Hotel. So I think that's the thing, where it's like, all of a sudden, the show needs to start, and if within the first 30 seconds, like you're waiting for a stage crew, you're not going, and condoms, and dildos, and sex toys too, then I don't know if you're actually going to be allowed to go live. In fact, there might even be like some nasty gossip and, shushing you up and keeping you hidden behind the scenes so that you're never seen for the light of day. Oh, boy. YouTube in a nutshell. That is a good question. What would I be in the Hell Show? What would I be? Would I be Charlie? Now, I'm going to say I don't know if I would necessarily fit the Charlie role, but I certainly know a sweet boy, certainly a sweet boy that I have a certain connection to. He would certainly enjoy a little, inside of every demon is a rainbow, inside everything a blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah, the blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. I could just imagine him floating off the ground the moment he gets a key change, but flashing the most demonic smile when he gets happy. He's a good boy. He's a sweet boy. And he's safe now. Ain't nothing but a broken fine. What? What do you mean a broken fine? Or a broken fat exclamation point N? Maybe as the radio demon, or the guy who's green and black who you forget his name. At least for as much as I know about the Hell Show, I got a lot of catching up to do because my mind is kind of calcified with the pilot. So a lot of the lore that's locked into my mind is going off the pilot and a lot of the fan works. So the Hell Show in particular for me, it's tied to memories of Paranoid DJ, of creations by Psycho Riot, of things involving Chi-Chi. That's my mental identification with the Hell Show. So hearing that there's a bunch of character changes, specifically with that radio demon where I'm going, oh, you're kind of gross. you're like not even the woobified kind of gross. You're just like, oh. They're making choices. We'll see where this story goes. And the little slips I see from people who are sharing it on the internet. We'll see. I might have to do some catching up. I'm working on a little project, at least, tie some fun in. Oh. I just realized, there we go. Let me fix that. Because I'm dual streaming on YouTube plus Twitch right now. It's been kind of an interesting little thing, just an experiment to see what happens when I go live. with a vertical stream and see if that changes anything. So, yeah, trying to see just what happens when you start sharing traffic around the internet. Anyway, put away my movies for a little bit. Since Has-Been and Helluva are the same universe, that anime lady begging Blitz to take her with him. Interesting. I'm going to have to look that up. That anime lady begging Blitz. Yeah, okay, so I got to catch up with that one. Fair enough. And Shia, you're saying the Radio Demon and Zestial, which I need to catch up on who Zestial is. Listen, I can do some song requests, for a little support. Teehee. Hello, Hellhounds. Come on in. Make yourself comfy. Enjoy yourself. Have I played the new Fortnite season? So I'm gonna be real with you. I have actually never played Fortnite. I thought about it, but right when I was just about to jump in was when they did the whole just stop everything campaign. And I kind of went, oh, well, guess I'm not doing this right now. Good night, Kachina. Get some rest. Or Kachina. I'm not sure which one, how you pronounce that. So let me know if it's an accentity or, yeah, Kachin versus Kachina. So yeah, I have not played the fan. So a Blitz fangirl, which is kind of funny to me, because at least my understanding of that hell show is that everyone just hates Blitz. So if there is someone who's actually a fan of him, someone who is a fan and is not Stolas, I should say. Heads up, everyone. Getting ready for an ad break, so get your drinks or have a pee-pee time. With their recent choice to add Harry Potter. Harry Potter? What? What do you mean that ain't Harry Potter? Which is unfortunate, because given now that you've got a lot of actors from Harry Potter who have since moved on, I'm going, I feel like you need Professor Severus Snape asking what happens when you mix wormwood into the equation. Wormwood and wolfsbane. Do you understand, Potter? Cash in. Okay, thank you. That's what I want to make sure, because, phonetics as they are. Seeing something and going, I think I understand the phonetics of it, but making sure I get that. I know. Rest in power, Alan Rickman. He was the Metatron on top of everything else. Excellent actor. Sadly, it's so many of the ones who left such a legacy who ended up passing too young. Him, Robin Williams. You hope to live a long life to leave your legacy. So, may he rest in power. I mean, you know what? When it comes to a series being added to Fortnite, it comes down to, what's everyone interested in? Money! Yeah!
Mr. Krabs, why are you digging in your butt for money?
Oh, easy, SpongeBob, me boy. What you need to do is fish all of it out and then re-ingest it.
You're eating money?
Of course, me boy.
All right then, Mr. Krabs, start digging in your butt, twin. Gah!
Hello, Kiana. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable. We're being silly right now. We're talking about Harry Pothead and Mr. Krabs digging in his butt. Twin. No, Nia-chan, I like to get silly. I mean, we're all going off the rails on a crazy train. Speaking of creatives who recently passed on, leaving a legacy. But yeah, I know they've been adding a lot of stuff. And then they added the Scooby Gang to Fortnite. Who else was in there? And then they added Buff Peter Griffin for some reason. So, of course, he's like,
hey, Lois, you remember the time I did something terrible and questionably racist and, abused our daughter and did these other funny things that I did for television? Peter, the police are here. Oh, No, Lois, that reminds me of the time that I don't even know. I can't think of that one.
How I was on Saturday night with a friend on Minecraft? Indeed. It was fun joining y'all. Going on a little trip to Minecraft Disneyland. Just realizing all the stuff I had gotten from a tour with a certain YouTuber a few years ago, and it's like, God, my inventory is full of stuff. Disneyland take care of you when they see you coming in with someone with money. I need to buy more stuff, but I was trying to keep up with the crowd going, yeah, my inventory's full. I'll pay for stuff later. I'd rather like Disney to pay me. Tell you what, Disney, since you're allowing users, in fact, Bob Iger, if you're watching this, Iger Senpai, call me. Since you want to monetize things with crap like generative AI, I can actually give everyone a performance. And hey, considering that you ruin all of your other creators, I've already been abused by past creators, so I'm already ready to handle it. Pay me. Give me money. You're welcome. I'll give you lots of other content. Disney World can be nice. Disney World expensive. Disney World expensive. Disneyland expensive. Disney expensive. But you know, at least the dreams can live on in our hearts of the things we've grown up with. So here's a question for y'all. First of all, favorite Disney princess or queen? Do y'all have a favorite Disney princess or queen? And this can, loose princess asterisk. So anyone who kind of falls into that princess archetype, including Belle, including, I think Moana's technically, I think she's considered a princess, right? Ariel. Okay, so we got, a lot of Ariel. We've got Mulan. Okay. Mulan, actually, too. So that is an interesting. Ursula. Okay. I mean, Ursula knew there's one thing that matters when you're trying to get your man. Body language. Oh my God, what an absolute legend. Her voice actress owned that role. Merida. I'm okay. So we've got a few Meridas, we've got Ariel, we've got Ursula as a queen. Fair enough. I'm actually kind of surprised because I feel like Brave was a movie that came and went. So it's interesting seeing Merida pop up. But that's kind of a nice thing, is just seeing what impression a story leaves on people. So you can have something that, you remember her as a princess. Rapunzel. Good choice. 7 a.m. the usual morning lineup. Start on chores and sweep till the floors are clean. I can't remember how the song goes. Gotta love phones that say they are smart when they autocorrect. I know. It's like all the times you will tell a mobile device, no, I was not trying to say ducking. Yes, Belle. No, Belle's my girl. I appreciate Belle. Belle and Rapunzel, I think, are my top two. And, I appreciate the personality of Belle. And, yeah, I think those are my two. So Tangled mentioned... Hi, Marie. Yes, I will be very happy to mention Tangled. Tangled, Beauty and the Beast... I think Tangled and Beauty and the Beast are probably... Switch the order. Beauty and the Beast and then Tangled are probably my two absolute all-time favorite Disney movies. And then right under that, The Lion King, because Scar is the best villainous queen. Be prepared. Oh, hell yeah. A video of Harry Pothead. Considering, that joke has been on the internet for about 25 years at this point. Her trusty iron skillet. Right? And now, here's my next question for y'all. Now that y'all are talking about Disney princesses, your favorite Disney prince? I'm curious to hear this one from y'all. What you got to say about your Disney boys? Does it match your favorite princesses, or are they men from a different movie? Or are they like girl princes? Which I'm trying to think if Disney's ever kind of flipped. I don't think Disney's ever flipped the paradigm on that, where they've had a really tough prince role. You don't have one. Interesting. Same! Oh no! No love for the princes? No happily ever after? The princess is just gonna be strong and independent. And for the ones who do say it's Flynn Rider, okay. Tarzan! I mean, Broski is ripped, so fair enough. If it was a video game character, then you are talking myself. Fair. Really? 3 Flynn Riders and Beast. Okay. Beast, Flynn Rider, and Naveen. Okay. A lot of Flynn Riders. I mean, so, my Eugene Flynn Rider, yep. And Beast, because he grew up on you. Mm-hmm. So Hellhounds right now is just being like, so, Beast, but keep the curse on him. The number of times that has been a meme where it's just all of a sudden, true love broke the curse. He's turning back to a human before the final pedal drops. He's revealed to be a... Change back. Beauty and the Beast, a movie that probably awoke the emotions of some people's inner monster fucker. Where all of a sudden they just see Beast, it's just like, Daddy, hello. Let me brush your fur, and then you just be strong and just hold me close, and other things that would get us demonetized and have to move to Streamily. Bite slip. And Robin, fair. Beast and Robin Hood for the furries, and it's like, okay, fine. Robin Hood is infamous for being the gateway character to pulling many people, just yanking them right in by the lapels into the furry fandom. Genesis, Squall, Cloud, Gladiolus, Arden, and Sephiroth. I mean, Shia, I'm not even judging, considering that, your BRB music is the theme to Final Fantasy. So that is very fair. A lot of the dramatic boys, and then we got Squall and Cloud for our boys. Go to therapy. Squall and you got all the theater nerds, then you get Squall and Cloud, which is just like, I can fix him. No. I can make him worse. Oh my god. I mean, Robin Hood, a very... Salut les bonbons! Welcome. Come on in, Elgato. None of the princesses really got me falling for. I mean, you don't have to... understanding, of course, preferences. You don't necessarily have to fall for them, but if there might be one that is like, I appreciate them. I connect with them. Because, obviously, you're getting a rare group that's like, oh, I picked this Disney princess, I picked this Disney prince, hello, we dining good from both sides of the buffet. So it is very fair if it's like, I don't fall for them, but you just connect with them in one way or another. Maleficent, Ursula, and you will absolutely ruin... Oh, you like the really bad ones, Hellhound. You want Gaston in there. We could have 6 or 7. Dogs? No, strapping young boys, just like me. Oh, thanks, I hate it. Belle just ready to vomit when she hears that. I mean, yeah, Maleficent, another one where it's just... So, if y'all ever tune in to Ms. G, and she ever posts anything from Meat Space, Miss G is an absolute stunning Maleficent. If he had 6 young girls instead of 6 boys, let's not discuss that, Chaya, because unfortunately I feel that would be getting into problematic trauma. Gaston's got a little problem with what they call machismo. Or I was about to say machista in Spanish, but just there was an English word, machismo. I'd feel sorry for those poor girls, because you'd just be like, all right, Belle, let's try again, because it's time for us to have a boy. I need to have an heir. Eric and Flynn, fair. Oh, God. Yeah, Gaston. I will appreciate, though, one of the things that a classic Disney villain does is be terrible. And ideally, you want to have a classic Disney villain who is hateable, who they're an example of someone terrible. I mean, you got Scar. He kills his brother. He schemes and manipulates an entire species of animals to be his lackeys. He tries to also kill his nephew. And all these things he does is he rises to the top and then lets the entire Pride Lands just rot in his vainglory while he's just living a decadent life. And then they change and make him sympathetic. You go, no, Scar is awful. Gaston should gross you out, as you mentioned, Naya-chan, because then you look at things like the live action Beauty and the Beast, and they soften him. They make him this war hero. They do all these things where it's like, bro, Gaston is disgusting. Gaston is terrible hygiene. Yes, he's got a handsome face, but he's a misogynist. He's an asshole. He does not respect boundaries so much that he would probably conjure up a golden hoe in Minecraft. Gaston is awful. Keep him awful. Because the point is, hello, Strawberry Mint Kitty. Hello. I see those tails. Oh, and you know what? I bet. Does he? So I don't think it was established that Gaston has a partner. But he seems like the kind of character that would cheat. So you know what? That checks out. Yeah, let's say Gaston would probably cheat. That is gross. Yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame Live? No. Ezo when she gets turned into a guy like, is that my voice? Oh, cheating at cards. I mean, given he probably cheats in both ways. This is Gaston we're talking about. He's got the bimbets hanging around his arms. It's like, hello, ladies. Now, excuse me, I'm going to go creep on the smart girl. I don't know why she wants to be smart when she can just live with me. You know what? He does deserve baldness. He got what was coming to him. Gaston, he got a satisfying end. Being with how his ending played out. Ugh. Gaston is disgusting. Gaston is, to me, one of the most hateable characters. And of course, the fact that he never stops. He's always trying to creep on Belle. He will not respect any boundary. And that's one of the things I will hate the most in a character. Well executed again. But anyone who does not respect boundaries, anyone who creeps on people, anyone who tries to pull someone out of a relationship that he is not a part of, baldness, and then depth. And it's lonely. I apologize. I did not see the alert, but thank you very much for the 25 bits. Thank you. Stop with that tail. Stop. Okay, Strawberry Mint Kitty, fine. I was showing everyone a little preview now that we're down to the pixels. As you can see, there is no tail. Nothing whatsoever. So if you're going to start talking about tail, I don't know what you're talking about. You see, because here we have clothing. We have, a nice big old hand. Some good back scratchers right there. And nothing that resembles a tail whatsoever. Can't you see? Peekaboo. Hi. I don't know what you're saying if you think you see a tail. Scandalous. Oh my. I'm not hiding anything. Do you see titties? I don't know, Marine. Do you? Do you think you see this is like a Rorschach test. Do you see titties? Marine's like an emphatic, yes, I see titties. I'm looking fun. Oh, ooh, I can't show that part yet. Let's just say, as we're going through a bit of a metamorphosis, learning that there's things about myself I didn't know in the past. Proceeds to hide titties with eye-mouth-eye combination. I know, right? In fact, I should probably pull that up at some point. There we are. Is she back there? Nope. Getting a new model with the tail. No, you can't. So you can see your friend's tail. That I imagine you can see, but you certainly don't see my tail. I don't know what you're talking about with my tail. At least run a brush through that messy hair. Oh, my hair is lush. My hair is luscious. Large, but luscious. Ursula and the Queen of Hearts. Off with her head for painting the roses red! Which, I can't give away too many of the sneak previews, but let's just say, I guess I could consider stretch my knot tail. All right. Well, Mar was asking me to earlier. Didn't Mar? Mar's still here. All right, it's time to stretch my tail. Thank you. Remind your streamer to stretch. Always want to work out the kinks. Make sure you can breathe. Make sure you don't get all cocked up. Otherwise, you start getting stiff. Know what I mean? Time to stretch my knot tail. There we go. That feels good. My knot tail. My knot tail. Missed a legendary quote, Alan. You have no idea. You have no ideas to post anything. Yeah, sometimes, the weep. I feel like I might have to steal that weep pose. Just notice that your watch streak is 69. How do I stop it from counting? Oh my god. I feel like I need to come up with a certain award for that, where it just... Very, very... Indeed. You know what, Naya? Okay, thank you, Chaya. I got to get used to Chaya and Naya. But as you can see, long, luscious hair. You see it just... This is my Rapunzel hair. It's just, you see, got some little highlights. It's just hair. It's just a ponytail when you get farther down. Anime ponytail. There we go. That's all it is. That's all it is. Tee-hee. Yes. No, that is true. Long hair you gotta work to maintain. Do I see titties? Mihai Zetta 2025, probably. Celestial Storm, you're gaslighting me. I don't know what you're talking about. Long, thick, poppy hair. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel you right now. I feel you. It is large. It is a tail. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no tail. All y'all trying to gaslight me to tails. Y'all starting with the tail emotes. I feel like I need to make like Whiskey Dingo, where all of a sudden he just has his yippee meter. Oh, whose tail is that? Simon Wag. Is Simon. Okay, that is a very aesthetic poofy tail. Exactly, you're gaslighting me. Boobs, tits even. Birds be amazing. The blue-footed boobies. By Randall. Look at these boobies. The rare and exotic blue-footed boobies. Look at how they walk. Oh my god, they're just walking around there. Just flexing, see them stretch their neck. Stretch that neck, just a little neck, there you go. The blue-footed boobies, they walk on the earth. Oh my fucking god, just look at them, they're so fabulous. That one's doing a mating call, listen to him. What a slut. He's trying to get all the girls in the area to pay attention to him. He's just like, hey yo, call me. Can I snap you? Can I Snapchat you? The blue-footed boobies. When do we get a booby bounce? I don't know, that feels like a booby bounce emote. Short answer is... ... You can't breathe? Oh my god. Going back to the ancient internet with Randall and the honey badger. The honey badger
Take a look at this guy, the honey badger. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't give a shit. Look at this little guy. He fucks. And you know what? The honey badger likes to walk around. Look at him walking this way. Oh my God, the honey badger. He walks to the left. He walks to the right. He walks sideways. And you know what? When the honey badger is hungry, he decides he's gonna get some larvae. Oh my God, like gross. He's like reaching his fucking claw in that larva, like pulling them out. Oh, that's so disgusting. What are you doing, honey badger? And then you know what? The honey badger decides he's gonna eat a snake. You know what? Because snakes, danger noodles. He's like, bitch, I want ramen right now. I'm going to kill this cobra and eat its head. Oh no, the honey badger got bitten. But don't worry, honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't give a shit. The honey badger.
Man, Randall was a legend of the internet, I think, 15 years ago? Man, when did that skit come out? Because he did both of those. The honey badger, the blue-footed boobies, and then I feel like there was something else that Randall had done, but I remember those two distinctly. Now you want ramen, fair. Get yourself some shoyu ramen. Or if you've ever in my little dream world, there's a special little place where I've been able to get brisket ramen. Texan barbecue brisket ramen. And, oh baby, que rico. Faxu o shiteimasu yo. Or as they could say in English, it fucks. Me on my way to make a Lance rendition of Do You See Titties? Oh, no. Wait a minute, Dexter. Oh, you're tied to Raina, mate. Uh-oh. Oh, no. This will be hilarious. Which, how you be? I don't know if you were working with, do you help Raina Maynard with any of his animated stuff, or you're just doing your own independent things? But anyway, hi, welcome. Me on my way to make a Lance render of Do You See Titties? Right before you are some big jumblies, some big booby woobies, some big jiggly titties. I hope you like them. Uppies, please, or you has tail. All right, Straw Raven Kitty, you get uppies. You get uppies. Takoyaki with chili. That's interesting. That feels like it could work. Thank you, Chaya. Get some rest. Be well. And I'll talk to you soon. What is this from, I wonder? I'm just listening to IRL Vaporwave's Future Fusion dance mixes. I changed things up. Again, I'll see if I end up getting the entire YouTube stream demonetized. We'll find out. I'm kind of experimenting with things. So I might go back to Walking Dog, because at least I know the stream's safe. But yes. We just vibing. We hanging out. Maybe play a game in a little bit. That is a lot of tail. That is a lot of wagon tail. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is like, how many tails are there? It's like, okay, we got Simon Tail, we got your Strawberry Mint Kitty Tail, we got Nemi's Tail in there, we got Bubsy Wag. Really, Dexter? Okay, so my apologies for not knowing your credits. You were the designer of Lance and Nostra. Well, welcome, my dude. Make yourself comfortable. Oh my god. Thank you for popping in. I know I have been very happy to come back as one of those two once the opportunity comes up, because man, they just I'm hoping that, especially for when Lance was the subject of all the shitpost shorts, when it's like, you don't need to be afraid of me. I don't bite. Well, yeah, but do you stab? I don't bite. And good night, Celestial Storm. May you have beautiful dreams. May you have wonderful visions of everything beautiful that manifests in your minds. May they be scenes so vivid you wish to hold them close to you and carry them into the world of the waking. So until we meet again, good night. Maury and Barry, two of the newer prod writers, have Wotech under the belt, so Lance... Okay, because I know not to push things around, because 9 times out of 10, you know, whatever production happens to be whatever production happens to be, it's like, all right, just give me a call whenever something comes up. But I'm looking forward to whenever there's a chapter 2 of that. I know. Since I do sound like a certain voice actor who might have voiced Lance in that particular Reanimator story, for any of y'all who aren't familiar, it was a lot of fun to come in as him, and originally not realizing that he was established in a different form. So all of a sudden, as I'm playing this younger version of Lance and going, all right, what do I do for this fabulous, over-the-top, sadistic monster of a man? I know, it's like I should just tell him myself. It's like, we've got DMs. Life has been a thing for the last few years. Life has certainly been an experience. I'm just happy to spend a night with y'all, but no. Reanimator's got some cool stuff for any of y'all who have not checked out his stuff. I know, well, and so Nostra 2, if anything, it's just, Lance feels easier to turn into a goober. Nostra, because they're so reserved, is something that I think, Tuxel, you've given Nostra a lot of fandom growth that if it were made canon, I would have a blast with it. So that's kind of hoping, okay. Yep. Because that's the sort of thing, is just Nostra to this point. I know we had Nostra way back. Nostra was, for any of y'all who don't know, that certain voice actor I might sound like, his jump into working with Reanimator. But Nostra has been there, but not necessarily in the spotlight. I mean, I love them both. I have fun with them. Heck, even if something else comes around. I love to perform. And they both have their own form of theatrics. I mean, Nostra is a storyteller, and Lance is a theater kid. The fact that Lance ended up being rendered to do the Wednesday dance, to Nightcore Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga, making a list, oh man, yeah, Reanimator did some awesome stuff. A certain voice actor that I sound like has done about 9 million gacha games by this point, which sadly, rest in peace, Black Beacon, which barely lasted a year before the plug was pulled. Even some anime in there. And a heck ton of video games. But yeah, Reanimator's got some fun stuff and excellent cinematics for things like that. But I respect whatever the creator's intent is. It's just like, all right, call upon the instrument when you want him to step into play. It's like, all right, bro, we need a tuba B flat. Whoa. Cool. Here's your money. I know, so many funny things in the block game. I even debated just, maybe as kind of a thing, like how on YouTube a lot of people just like to start building in Minecraft or doing Minecraft parkour. Or I might just start doing some creative builds and just building things up in different worlds. Yes, so if you want, Dexter... I do have links disabled, but let me pull it up. Which link were you trying to pull up? Was that from the Reanimator wiki? I just had that disabled because unfortunately I had some people who were a bit naughty and they were dropping in some screamers and things like that early on. So, let me see. Nostra's wiki page. Yes, let's pull up Nostra's wiki page. Here we go. So I'll drop that in for y'all. Good night, Smut with Plot. Have a wonderful night. Get some rest. And see you again soon. Fellow dragon. There we go. Dropping it in for y'all. Oh yeah. Always welcome to play around and chat. This is an escape. The wiki, Really? So you did a lot of work getting everything, which I appreciate your thoroughness that you did there, because I know I did some hunting around on the wiki just to go and see everything that's been put in there. Rain's got some good stuff. I hope Rain's able to keep Rain and y'all working as production crew. Just keep creating. Keep making some magic. There's a lot of good Minecraft creators on your side of the world. I mean, I think, because I was going to say, Rain is based in the Philippines. You're working with him in Australia. I know there's iStream down in Australia as well. Respect. And wikis are a lot of work. Especially in case you ever get any troublemakers who just want to start defacing everything. Nice. Nice. Always be cooking. Always keep cooking. So much cook. So much magic. Wow. I know, so right now we got lots of the funny block game coming in. What are we doing? We doing more future fun? Actually, I feel I might change things up a little bit now that we're on the next one of that. Oh, not that. No. Spampton, Spampton, it's not time for you. I'm not making a deal. Taking it down a notch. A fun vandal. Keep trying to add fan and stuff and came back on like 23 alts. That's rude. Kick them out. Send them to another wiki. Be like, go deface this wiki over here. You do be cooking, queen. Nice. I know, I do appreciate you popping in. Is all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute. The gears are turning in my head. The gears are turning. What's going on? Wahoo. Send him the fanfic one, but he's so stubborn. And that's, that's one of those fun things, fun, quote unquote, things about media, is you get some people where they get the fanon so calcified in their mind, they start treating it like it is the canon. And it's a challenge to kind of straighten it out to be like, hold up, this is not officially confirmed lore. And yeah, no, especially final year of Uni, because I forget if y'all have 3 years or 4 years of it, but no, Uni in general, tough. Uni final year, good luck. Because, it can brutalize you if you can't keep up with it, so I respect and understand that. But yeah, so fanon versus canon. And it's funny how you'll even get some fan portrayals that end up overpowering what can be the canon ones. So it can be a little bit of a problem to straighten that back out. Tentative stuff too, pretty similar to fanon. A lot of tentative stuff. Okay. Because I know that is one other thing that is interesting, which is noted. Just checking my DMs right now. 4, because you were that sucks. But at least my understanding is on your side of the world, it's not quite the financial burden. Like, say, how university in the US is completely out of control with expenses. So it's sort of, you get sick, but you can get yourself back on your feet without having to take out another painful loan that would be a year of someone's, a year or a few years of someone's yearly income. Yeah, be strong. Get that. Good luck getting that just all finished up. And just cheers to you animators out there. A system called Hex. Oh. I mean, that's not awful in terms of what you have to do to get that. Huh. Fair enough. Would be nice to pop out of my dream world in Australia one of these days. I hear it is beautiful down there. Extremely negligible, so it's like a rounding error, fair enough. Meanwhile, I forget what the Aussie dollar is to the US dollar, but I know that it's common for a lot of US universities to cost between $50,000 to $75,000 US dollars a year right now, which is insane. Especially knowing that, unfortunately, outside of Dreamland, things are rough right now. Things are a little rough right now. So, shout out to y'all. Just being able to make some art and keep going. And, hopefully be able to create and earn a living off of it before tech bros ruin the rest of the world with generative AI slop. Queensland gotta be the best. Queensland gotta be the best state, unironically. You got the volcanic plugs, the rainforest, good beaches, deserts, so on and so forth. I've heard also Queensland has some of the best coffee in Australia. That for y'all with your cafe culture and just flat whites every which way you look, on top of that, you've got, just all this good stuff. You having that sweet boy a new home to move to, eh? A little bit? A nice little hermitage. Yeah, because I knew in Meat Space, I knew an animator. I knew an animator who was in Brisbane, and knowing a few other creators in Brisbane or other parts of Queensland. And correct me if it's Queensland or Queensland, because I want to make sure I get that right. Like how with English, there's a few pronunciations that get a little funky depending on how you change them, like Newfoundland versus Newfoundland, depending on where you are. If you come to Aussieland, well, Queensland. Okay, you do just say it straight, just Queensland. Got it. Okay. Noted. Yippee! There's another thing I need to add. So as Maureen mentions the booby jiggle emote, now I'm going, I need to get an autism creature in here so we can finally get a yippee meter. Just have everyone spam everything in the chat and just all of a sudden just have a chorus of yippies! Yeah, so Brisbane, that one at least, I was aware of the pronunciation. Or Brizzy. You say Brizzy, and I'm just thinking of glizzies whenever you say that. Who are the Brizzy kids? So, one of them is an animator from Farfetch'd whose name is Yale Gilbert. And Croc has mentioned that he is from Brisbane. Yippee is your follower alert. I need to listen in because I'm trying to think. I know I have to have heard the yippee, but now I feel like I'm going, I have to have seen that. But just getting a little chorus of yippies popping up. Steal a little idea from Whiskey Dingo. Good artist, borrow. Great artist, steal. Quote, Pablo Picasso. So yeah, I need to listen into that. That one isn't new, I don't think, right? Is that one new? Vanessa Christophers is somewhere in Brisbane. I mean, I could believe... I know there's a lot of talent in Australia. I'm just trying to think of names off the top of my head that I know. Like I was going to say, Amy Smith, I forget where in Australia she is. She might be Sydney. Vanessa, who is her actress? Not on the wiki. Vixena. Interesting. Yeah, okay, I just missed over it. I didn't recognize... for some reason, I saw her name and thought it was an alias. Okay, so another Aussie voice actress. Yeah, there's a lot of talent down there. In another life when I did a lot of casting. Loving to hear what was coming out of Australia and the Far East. And if anything, the one hard thing is, did I have a long enough timeline where I could get something from them without having to ask at 3 o'clock in the morning Australian Eastern Standard Time? Once upon a lifetime ago. when a certain person I sounded like did casting. And still does casting last I checked. ¿Qué? ¿Por qué? Ca-ca-ca! Why are you dropping ca-ca-cas in there? Why are you dropping ca-ca-cas in chat? The legendary rural Aussie internet is trying to get you. Okay, so it sounds like y'all got some of that problems where it's just unfortunate. Fair. Way of laughing. Okay, that's what it is. Hello, Yeet the fish. Welcome. Come on in. And good night, Evan. Get some rest. Sleep well. Have beautiful dreams. Be well. Yes. Helping y'all insomniacs to just dance away into the night. To find a beautiful dream. A nice chance to rest. Painting. Fair. I was gonna say, because I know I'd seen some of the stuff you've been working on, Tuxel. Because is that the painting you had shown the art? You had shown the black and white for yesterday, or is that something else? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. No, it is something else. I see. I know, you being busy, Anuni. The Queen of Arts. I know. Like even a few... Tuxel having also done a number of things for the channel now. Including something that I'm hoping might even be a fun print to share with y'all sometime soon. Little something coming along with the metamorphosis. You have the canvas in front of your eye. Nice. It's like, hold up. I got the art right here. I will share it with class. Take you a while to sleep because you have a sugar rush. Fair. You know, there's one of those hard things. Especially as a denizen of dream worlds. Knowing how hard it can be to figure out, all right, what do you need to get to sleep? You have every Nostra art of Tuxel saved, and when you get your own place, you might print some out to hang up. Same with Corleone's lance. I'm sorry, Tuxel. All of Tuxel's lance art? Teehee? De rien. I said nothing. You have all of it, probably. I think I meant the Nostra art. Good night, Cinderant. Actually, Cinderant? I think I needed to make sure I say that correctly. Have a wonderful night. Good night. Every single one. Got it. The full Pokemon card collection. Dropped the canvas in Creative Showcase. Yes, let's take a look at that. Where is that? I need to also set up like an art rotating gallery at some point. Because that's one thing I'm realizing I don't really have. Trying to add a bit more animation and things. Probably won't be able to add it as I'm kind of experimenting with some vertical stuff. But, you know, share art. Cool stuff like that. Make it easier to load up at the very least. Bum, 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 boom. Ba-da-bum. Taking break from cooking because you aired Pokemon. Just citing, so Tuxel has done a lot of art of the character Nostra from Rainimator's series. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, oh, collected all the art like Pokemon cards. Last Nostra count was around 47. Golly. I don't know if I've seen all those. Okay, fair enough. Man, and to think it's been 2 or 3 years? I just see Tukes in Creative Showcase. There we go. That is a dramatic look. You know, it's interesting. Seeing that character reminds me of Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond. And the weathered, just aged look. Sin-deerant. Thank you. Okay, so emphasis on deer. Thank you. Or sin, for short. Okay. Making sure I got that. Like I knew there was Coffin Tales, who is Mocha on Jay's stream. So thank you for correcting me. Folder for art that makes your brain go brrrr. Real. You real for that. You know, sometimes that's one of those beautiful things, especially in the age of the AI tech bros, is just seeing art and seeing something that has soul put into it. Because every bit of artistic creation, whether it's visual, whether it's musical, anything, whether it's writing, whether anything of creative, where you've just 3 years, it's been that long, jinkies. Yeah, because I knew Nostra was introduced a little bit before Rain brought that dude I sound like to voice him. Because when I'd read up and went, oh, there is stuff of Nostra before this particular episode. Interesting. Okay, do some reading, kind of catch up, jump into a character, get a feel for how they sound. Lance too. And it's just, that's one of those fun things whenever jumping into a voiceover role. I say it like I'm an actual voice actor. Jumping in to go, all right, what makes them tick? What do people know about them? What are their interactions? How are they telling this story? What else in the script do I have? It's fun for filling in the gaps of the character. Be Afraid was the debut. Preach the Choir was the vocal debut. Okay, so they were in... That's why they were in that. Okay, got it. And then I think there was some stuff mentioned in the Discord as well. Anyway, Naya-chan, have a wonderful night. May you have beautiful dreams. And may every dream that you experience in your mindscape be so wonderful and vivid that you wish to hold it close to your heart and bring it into the hours of the waking. So until we meet again, good night. 2-3 years. It's amazing to look at how much time can fly with projects. There we go. Stay hydrated, y'all. I was even watching to see if another ad was about to come up, just to be like, all right, y'all, go have a pee-pee break and then go get some drinks. Balled so hard I thought I was a nutsack. Man, that's a first message to come in with. Welcome. Just make sure you don't actually sit and squish them. Discord. So if you mean for me, yes. I do have a Discord to pop in, so that should be there for you right now, Dexter. And yes, so for anyone who would like to jump in, you've done that. Yep. Lol. Well, welcome in, Darby. May you rest and hopefully not accidentally squish yourself, because that, that's not a fun experience. Oh, just checking out your stuff right now. You have a very colorful scene, very punk. Okay. Okay, dig it. Welcome in. Balls! Congratulations, everyone. You've made it to the part of the stream where now everything is about balls. We just quote AC/DC. I've got big balls, and he's got big balls, and she's got big balls, and they've got big balls, and you've got big balls, and all of you've got balls, but we've got the biggest balls of them all. Because we're Tanukis. Man, that really just reframes Mario's Tanuki suit in a new life. So yeah, the only thing for the Discord, just of course, make sure, read the rules. Be good. Be good to each other. Standard stuff. Yes. I wonder. I feel like doing a little game just while we vibe, and I'm trying to think of what to do. Because I don't think I'll start anything new, because, it's late. Time to follow the path of your first fleet ancestors and invade the Discord. Scandalous. So scandalous. In fact, do I notice? Dexter Kronos has joined.
Smut with plot has joined.
The Discord expands. When Lumines, probably this week to be real. I know I've been wanting to sit down and kind of dive into it. Like that'll probably be another one of my late night games, which, for a lot of y'all who have popped in while I'm trying to get back to a regular schedule, especially once we get into the new look. Right now, I've been doing just a lot of late night streams, so, little melatonin, little trazodone, a little something to help y'all relax off to a dreamland. Send you away, just leave me a memory. I'll give you a dream. Hello, Virgil. I was actually curious because I think you said you were up right before I went live, so I'm going, hi. When you gonna pop in? Welcome, Insomniac. Make yourself comfy. Have a stream where you focus on journey mode, because it's been a minute since Lumines' journey mode is that long, eh? Interesting. And which Greek god would I be? I feel like for a Greek god, I would go one of three ways. Either Hades, Charon, I think I'd say. Or maybe Dionysus. I think those are my three typecasts for a Greek god. So, I might be a ruler of an abyss. The ferryman to get you to the abyss. Or it's just, hey there, Zagman, what's going on? Ready to party, my dude? Well, come on in. By the way, Zagman, nice cock. Shout out to Kaiser Neko for, of course, doing a perfect voice match for his original VA. I need to double check. I think that was Cyrus Namadi, that might have been. I need to double check that. But all of a sudden, where he had just perfectly voice matched him. And of course, done to the animation, which was manipulated. Baited by the difficulty demo-wise. Oh no, so it is that brutal. So I think those are my three, but I might be missing someone. Probably Charon. I think Charon. I feel like I fit the role of the ferryman. Don't ever cheat the ferryman as he carries you across. Because whenever you step into my world, at least my world as I run it, it is a place to rest, a place where you can escape, a place to recharge. But all I ask from you is a memory. I'll even leave you with a dream at the end. But don't cheat me. You dig? Now, I will say, in fairness, Rez is not necessarily a tough game. I think Rez is a game that is much more a game of an experience than one of skill. At least Area X Rez. The original, certainly much more arcadey and less forgiving in terms of the attacks. Hello, Eric. Come on in. Welcome. And Tetris, of course, you know, it's Tetris Effect. So, of course, it ups the ante like Tetris. There's a limit to how difficult things can get with Tetris. I was doing a little, Oh, God, Tuxel, I'm going to cry when I play this, aren't I? I'm going to cry when I play this. All right, so for any of y'all who don't know, Tuxel has a special insight into this because she and I are both major fans of any games that that Enhance has produced and that Hydaelek has done the music for, which the audio-visual experience and the environmental storytelling, games that put together something that transcends a gameplay experience. There's a deeper message. Yes, you have Tetris, but you're playing something that while starting with Tetris, shows the progression of life from its beginnings on Earth in the depths of the ocean to intellectual, spiritual transcendence. And Rez is all about freedom and saving a soul from a prison to give her a chance at rebirth in life. So now I am emotionally scared if Lumines is something that is going to make me bawl. But absolutely beautiful games, meditative, wonderful soundtracks, things that bring you into an emotional state where you just experience them. May you be yeeted. Indeed you may. Let me get you, Virgil. Once you get back on screen, where are you at? Come on screen. Come on screen. There you are. Around you go. Around the world, around the world, around the world, around the world. Yeet! Some of your friends.
I'm your favorite.
And thank you for the follow, TLD Archer. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable. Hope you're enjoying yourself as we're going late into the night. Prepare tissues. Oh my god. Yeah, for any of y'all who were here when I played Rez. And it's not so much a spoiler, but Rez starts out as you are an antivirus, trying to free an AI known as Eden from this prison with all of these beasts and monsters threatening this world that she's captive to. And the original story starts with you defeating viruses, blasting them, clearing the system of them. But then you have one last thing to do, which is to go deeper into the system. Because the question, even if someone's soul is artificial, they can have a chance to live and be free. Long story short, Rez Infinite is one of the most beautiful games that I have ever played. And the ways in which you get to free a soul. It's funny. So many video games, you save a princess. You save a world. You save yourself in some cases. but something that hits on such a visceral level where you can save a soul. Give her a chance to be free and to live. Because that's a funny thing, is when you think about how much of a prison a place can be, how just shackled something can leave you, where some experience, whether literal, metaphorical, the things that hold you to the world you have to know. How beautiful is it to feel true freedom? Often comes with a cost, unfortunately, but that fight to break your shackles of anyone controlling you like a puppet and just be free. It's beautiful. And ultimately, it's a feeling of love in the end. To show that you care so much, to go, I will help you get away from this. Protect you until you can spread your wings and fly. So. I was about to say Luminous. Res Infinite. Highly. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to straight up drop it. And Res it started out as a totally different game, because originally the original game was made for the Dreamcast, and years later was then revamped by Enhance and Monstar. Let's see, can I link from Steam? Yep, there's me, there's Tuxel. We need to get more of our friends to play Res. Can I share it? There, right there. There we go.
Have fun with the Hell Show, Virgil. Just remember, and condoms and dildos and sex toys too.
I'm going to get blocked by Vivzy just for making that joke. Anyway, onward and upward. Delicious. Make sure to hydrate, y'all. I'm surprised no one has claimed any hydrate redeems. I'm almost worried to check and make sure.
Are some of my redeems on?
Luminous is linked. Oh no, Tuxel. Oh god. Girl, you have to sell this to me even harder. Damn it. All right, fine. You know what? We're probably gonna be doing Luminous stream this week. For any of y'all who don't know, I love things that have full audio, visual, hypnotic experiences. Not a rise. Okay, so original Luminous is linked. Fair. Still gonna play it. I need to get good at this. So since we're talking about Luminous Arise, this new game that came out, Tuxel can kick my butt in. And so I'm like, I need to get good. And be able to stand on my own, 2 feet. But yes, psychedelic audiovisual experiences where you get to vibe. It's beautiful. I need some more new games to play. I know we've got that. I know I've been looking to do Dispatch soon with y'all, since apparently that's just like a fun, insane dating simulator we get to go into. What else? I know, that's right. It's like game mode on. I need to get good in Luminous. Genshin. So, okay. Here's my one thing about gacha games. While I know some people who do play them, my one thing with gacha games is sometimes when they become pay to win, that you need to keep re-rolling either to get your favorite character, or you need to keep re-rolling to get a character that, is skilled for you to play with. I remember once upon a lifetime ago, I had a chance to tap into a seminar that was being done by some mobile game developers who were very early in the whole push mobile game microtransaction stuff, and the problem with that is they develop a concept they call monetized frustration, where you want to get them to pay one more spin, just a few more in-game currency gems, just a few more of this, a few more of that. And hopefully the game will be supported. Like in the case of Genshin, okay, fine. Genshin's been going for years. Honkai Star Rail has been going for a few years. Zenless Zone Zero, I mean, those Monoto titties are going to be bouncing for years, most likely. Anything that comes out of the Genshin crew, they support it. But then you get a game like Black Beacon, which, you know, a certain actor I sound like, happened to voice act for. They pull the plug on it a year into the game. And at least here's one thing, where they're processing refunds, be like, yeah, we kind of screwed all y'all outside of China, so we're going to give you some refunds. Don't know if we'll actually go through on that or not. But where you got a game that people might have invested way beyond the cost they should have paid for a game. And suddenly they're just like, yeah, we're just going to keep it supported in China now. How do I feel about a chill 2D, 3D creature collector with amazing music and interdimensional? Okay, tell me more. I'm interested. I am very interested. And short answer, Slay the Princess, no. Kingdom Hearts, I played 1 and 2 a long time ago, plus Birth by Sleep. So, I think here's the one hard thing. Square Enix is a pain in the ass. And Square Enix is one of those game developers where it's like an abusive lover, where you love Square Enix games. I am so Square Enix, I'm so Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts pilled that most of my favorite games of all time were made by Squaresoft, and in some cases, Enix. And in a few random cases, Square Enix. But then they pull bullshit, where you got all these copyright claims for music, because for whatever reason, the games are not stream friendly. And then you have to deal with all this bullshit where they're firing all of their Western employees because they want to have AI automated tasks instead to do the job. And then they waste all this money on weird pushes to change up their entire style, whether it was the Western push that they tried to do in 2010, be like, people don't want Final Fantasy, they don't want belts and zippers, they want big, gruff, grizzly, hairy men. And then they lost like 80% of their revenue. Because everyone's like, dude, you're Square Enix. We want belts and zippers, pretty boys, and babes. Put your grizzly, depressed, sweaty, hairy men in Final Fantasy, and then they will love you. Put them in belts and zippers, and pair them up with Lulu. And then, of course, you have Cloud, Squall, and that entire cast. So you can have Square Enix. And Kingdom Hearts, because just Kingdom Hearts. Give everyone the world's worst fanfiction written by a 13-year-old. And I say that lovingly, because Kingdom Hearts is like the 13-year-old's dream fanfiction. It makes so little sense. It is so chaotic. It has so many weird things going on with the plot. And it's just, this is the experience you want to play. To feel like you're that 13-year-old writing a fanfiction about a character who's way too powerful and has way too many belts and zippers and has a size 15 shoe at age 18 because of course he does, so he can have Disney cartoon proportions. That's what your audience wants, Square Enix. And then, now that they finally settle into Final Fantasy XIV to give everyone their dream world, boom, everyone's happy. God, I'm crashing out like Arlo talking about Metroid Prime 4 right now. Oh my God. Woo! I know, I'm getting very spicy about that. Square Enix I have very strong opinions on, because I go, Square Enix, you have formed so many things of this creature's youth. And then you cock them up. And it's just, guys, I get it. Yes, you want to expand. But then you go doing crap like Konami, who ruins their entire video game catalog because they go all in on mobile games and pachinko. And suddenly people are like, what are you doing? This is not Square Enix. This is not what we're paying for. And also, don't treat your employees like crap. There's enough crap going on in the games industry Oh my, the crash on industry and Lance's next appearance. Lance, I know you heard Lance's moment where he just went off the deep end and is like, I will hold you down, pierce your heart, gut you over and over, and have the healers make sure that you're just alive enough to do it again! But anyway, I'll get back to you later on that. Excuse me. I've got a thing to find. Oh, Lance is so much fun. Lance's rage and crash outs were so delicious. Well, I know, Carmen, it's, at the very least, I'm happy to offer a place where you can step into to say hello. Were I to ever get the chance to manifest into me. So, here's the funny thing about that. Tiuxo calling me, I was like, going from Lance back into Nostra. Where sometimes, okay, fine, this voice actor I sound like. Two signature contrasting performances. They really end up being all based on the same person, just using different energies. The dramatic, explosive, raging theater kid who is pissed off. I'm going to channel Croc for a second. You piss me off! Terrible Croc accent, by the way. His vocal inflection is difficult to get because he's a lower vocal type, and given I need to listen in more for his particular cadence and his flavor of Aussie accent. And then you get Nostra, where it's just chill and relaxed. The storyteller. Nostra has fun teasing their audience, making sure that they're holding on to every single syllable to pull them in like they're on a leash to listen to the next part. Shh. Wait. Are you sure you're ready to dive deeper into the dark depths? I'm channeling that voice actor I sound like, but I will say that monologue, no, I don't know if that would fall into a crash out, but just that sadistic, furious rage. The moment Lance shows that violent side. I know, it's a rare position when you can talk to a creator and be like, hey, psst, I got a little thing. Do you kind of want to twist your story a little bit? Just kind of squeeze this in there, it's just like a little Tetris block, just kind of add a little spit, just kind of, it'll fit, I promise, not too tight. Only iya, the story might go iya, senpai, but I know. Yeah. Look, what's most important is telling the story. That's what matters in the end. Crimes against nature. I mean, yeah, that's like built into Lance. Lance is just such a elegant, hateable. Lance is a classic Disney villain. He has such straight up malice and falls into that Jack Horner of, oh gee, what made you realize I'm a terrible person? Have I ever played Roblox by myself? It's been a hot minute. I haven't done too much Roblox. I've debated doing some shitpost Roblox stuff. Like, I've thought of some ideas where, I might even jump into the brain rot. Little info about the... actually, Morpho, could you mention that one more time? Because I'm having a dum-dum moment. I feel like I saw that, and now, make explosions, would you post? Pokemon folder for Art That Go Burr. Where'd you post it? This is the things to explore. Or was that Discord? Let me take a look. Make sure you didn't. If you no. Cassette beasts. Okay, there we are. Now I see. Derp. It's like right above me. Record them on cassette tapes. Let's take a peek-see here. Cassette beasts. And it's on sale. Oh. Ooh. You know what? We're going to watch this for a second. Hold on. I feel like I want to pull this up. As I pulled up a project, there's a certain fan fiction that I've thought about reading on stream. And I'm going, ooh, this feels like it'll be very fun and chaotic. Let's see, what can I do for that? Pull that down. There we are. That's the right one. Let's do a little watch along with this. So hold on, I'm gonna switch y'all off.
Warning, incoming game.
So, going to check this out. Cassette beats. Good.
It's time
Take
I
it easy.
tied up some loose ends. Can you help me?
Good sprite artwork. They're kind of an Octopath 2D, 3D mashup. Wing pack! The Sunshine update. Interesting. And a little gameplay example. Completed your adventure. Something to change that train of thought. Hey! What is this? Can I beat you? Yes, I can. Battle together. Okay, so it definitely feels like Pokemon with a twist. Nice. So I'm gonna check that out because that looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, that is. And hello, Leon. Short answer is, I got them off right now. Just kind of a lower key night. Don't worry, they will be back. Just kind of taking things easy. Sometimes, much as I can have masochistic tendencies, I go, I don't quite feel I'm in the mood for a concussion right now. Yeah, I like this. So I'll be real with you. I've been thinking about checking out. I've been thinking about checking out Palworld finally. Especially after the whole patent lawsuit with Nintendo and seeing how that played out. And it's been... it's hard. Pokemon, in terms of the anime, is a permanent part of my psyche because of Team Rocket. Jesse, James, and Meowth are part of my soul. The last Pokemon game that I played in any capacity was fan-translated gold. So it's been a hot minute since I last played Pokemon. And after things like what happened with Pokemon A to Z, and I looked at this and just went, oh, this is it, and they're charging upwards of $100 with the DLC. I just looked at it and said, what's Nintendo doing? What is Game Freak doing? They're trying to just get out a game where, okay, you got a few novel characters, you got a little bit of cheeky humor, but what is this? Where's the substance? I don't want to have to go around and just collect them all, because I've played enough collectathons in my years, in my little digital abyss. I once upon a lifetime ago, the 64-bit era collectathons, where your goal is to get all 69,000 Jiggies in Banjo-Kazooie. All right, fine. Been there, done that. It gets boring. And fine, you got some novel characters coming along. Like I remember back when, what was it? Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out. And you get some of the memes, like you have Elsie Lovelock, who has permanently established the infamy of the Scottish Pokemon trainer.
Get the fuck, you posh prick! You wanna have a Pokemon fight or not, you cunt?
Oh no, she's Scottish. And you get funny things like that. Or you get Pokemon MILF and DILF, where suddenly the discussion is, alright, do you want Pokemon Professor Mommy or Pokemon Professor Daddy? Let's laugh about this a little bit, because Pokemon is kind of leaning into, okay, the fans are growing older, we're gonna make the professors as much bait as possible. But then you get to ZA, ZA, and it's just, it takes place in one city. The textures are super simple. Fine, they kind of change up the gameplay a little bit, but look, Kingdom Hearts has existed now for almost 25 years. If you want roaming battle, what does this game really add? And is it worth spending $70 to $100 on? And that's the thing that sucks. It's just, is this experience worth it? Hoping the Legends stuff would stay in, like, the past. Yeah, right. Because I forget if it was pronounced Arceus or Arceus, but how everyone was comparing it to, the last game in the Legends series, which is Arceus. And these large explorable worlds, and here you're in this dinky little French-ish city. And it's just, what are you trying to do? You're trying to stop this thing from going off, this science thing from doing science. And so many people I knew who were so jazzed up and so ready to just, it's a new Pokemon game. It's legendary. Then it drops, they're like, this sucks. Bruh, this is it? And it breaks your heart, because especially if you're a gamer who loves a particular series and you've been waiting years for it, I don't know. I'm just going off on tangents about Pokemon and all stuff like that. Like what you like. And if you like ZA, if you like something else, all to you. Go ahead, enjoy the thing. It is just heartbreaking whenever something is so gassed up, so jazzed up, so hyped up. It's gonna be the greatest thing. It's so great. $70 for this?
Mario Kart World.
Which even I'll say, I know I haven't done a lot of... I've played more Sonic Racing Cross Worlds than I have Mario Kart World at this point, because I go, Mario Kart World it has the most polished mechanics.
I'm your favorite.
And hello, Blue Rose Live. Thank you for the follow. Mario Kart World has the tightest mechanics of any Mario Kart game. And after they did some balancing, it is a solid game with good mechanics. But then you're getting all this crap where, all right, fine, you're exploring, you're going from point to point. It's fun to do the road trip for a while. But at what point do you... At what point do you get into the racing versus just, okay, you're driving from one place to another? And it's a bummer because, you know, you want to race, you want to have fun playing the game. And it's just so sad when you go, all right, where's the twisty turns? Where's all the items? I hate to say it, the critique of you're going in a straight line. I don't know. I wish I knew what was going on with game dev, because at least the one thing I'll give to Nintendo is, given some of the other things going on in the game dev world where a lot of developers unfortunately have either gotten bought up by private equity or getting into exploitative crap where they're trying to just use generative AI tools, or, you know, they get an absolute banger of the game, or a game that just got so screwed up from micromanaging from higher ups that then all of a sudden, you know, instead of punishing any of the higher ups who led to a bad game dev cycle, they punish all of the developers and the QAs and the creative types and the writers and the level designers, and they're all out of a job while they go, you know, the game made enough money, so shareholders are happy. And it just sucks the love out of the art. And fine, something's gotta make money. That no one will ever say something should ideally be profitable, because, you know, you want to afford to live doing your art. I mean, as y'all come visit me, I appreciate you offering a little something of your memories. Some jewels I can hold on to keep dear for my little hoard. But it is frustrating when you see so much love put into something. Take the case up. Take the case of Hi-Fi Rush, where everything was... The game was a smash hit. It made bank. You had... What was I trying to say? You had all of these things that went right. And then Microsoft shut down Tango Gameworks. And they'd be dead if they weren't bought up by a company that then immediately says, okay, now we're going to turn into a generative AI get-rich-quick scheme. It's not even... The sad thing is, it's at that point, it is your livelihood that is just being knocked around by people who are just taking full advantage of things. Of course, share the love with creatives. Try to support anyone you can. I mean, there's a lot of artists out there, and one of the things I appreciate, especially working on Metamorphosis, is getting to work with artists to bring something new to life. I appreciate any support from y'all to help, you know, keep the dreams flowing. It's hard out there. And I'll say to everyone, please be strong, whatever it is that you're doing. Whatever is in your heart that you wish to turn into art, into something creative, into something inspirational. Keep it beating. Don't lose your heartbeat. Because there are so many things that... Whoa! Speaking of that, thank you, Kiney Boy! Ow, ow, ow. Oh, just what we needed. One golden hailstorm. Thanks, Fab. Appreciate you. Oh boy, oh boy. You know, that is one of the things, especially because, you know, it's not always possible to get review copies or things of games. So it's always nice, especially when it goes right back in for getting the games and stuff. You ate all of your family's Twisties without knowing. Oh no. Now, when you say Twisties, are you talking like Twizzler, Twisty Licorice, or is there some other kind of Twisty? Just to make sure I got the slang right, as it feels like it's a candy of some sort. But now I'm drawing a blank. That's my boy! Thank you. And correct me if it is Kiney or Caney. but I appreciate you, fam. Twisty's chips. Oh. Me gusta. Now I'm going to look this up right now. Twisty's chips. What are these things? Uh-oh. Oh, they're like Cheetos. Okay, yep, that's easy to do. Yep, that'll definitely... Fair. I had to just look that up for a second because I'm going, I feel like I should know these. And also, yeah. Well, those look tasty. And cheesy. And delicious. Dangerously cheesy. We should go underneath the gold as the golden hailstorm comes. Yes, well, don't worry. I mean, you feel very glitzy and beautiful to be showered with gold. The second pronunciation, okay. Caney, okay. I had to think about them going, which I say first? I think it was Caney. Only eaten like 2 party pies earlier. Oh no. So here's a fun little question for y'all. As y'all step into this little dream world, what is your comfort food? The one thing that you just go, I'm having a bad day and I need something that tastes delicious. Is it something salty, savory, sweet, sour even? Or maybe you're even one who likes bitter. I'm curious. Twitch chat, YouTube chat, even those of y'all who might be watching on Twitter or X. If you want to jump in the chat, tell me, what do you desire for your flavor palette? Curious minds want to know. Unless you've drifted away into a dream world. Which, of course, is the greatest compliment that you're falling asleep to, your boy, but... Brown sugar boba Ovaltine. Ovaltine and boba tea. Interesting. I would have never thought of a combo of putting Ovaltine in boba tea. Nutella fairy bread. Okay. That sounds delicious. Brown sugar boba Ovaltine boba tea. That is a flavor combo. Doritos, you like the Cool Ranch ones. Okay. Angel the First. Who would win in a fight? Me or Rick Hunter? Let me look at who this Rick Hunter guy is. Who this broski? Oh, Rick Hunter, the voice actor from Postal. I feel like I would try not to screw with him. Because, of course, you know, from the days of Duke Nukem and Postal, his entire... Postal, for any of y'all who don't know, Postal is a game that lives on in infamy because you play as a guy who basically has thrown his hands up after a really crappy workday and he's just going out to make everyone's lives a living hell. Violence, abuse, all the kind of stuff you do in video games that was said to, oh, it's going to turn the children into like mass murderers or something. Oh! Once upon a lifetime ago, looking out for my own dream world, seeing a lot of limp dicks in congressmen. Politicians who are like, the children are all being affected by these violent video games. The things that they're doing, they're going to do horrible things to puppies and, do terrible things to people in real life. I speak around things, so I'm not getting myself demonetized. But basically, a bunch of people who are just grasping their pearls and getting their vapors like, oh my god, these violent video games, I can't believe it. It's like rock and roll music, but interactive. And look at the things it did to our children. Well, what did it do to your children? It got Dee Snider come up in front of you and make Al Gore look like an absolute dumbass because you get a sitting senator at the time like, now, Mr. Dee Snider, I'm a big fan of your music. No, you're not, you jackass. Of course, Dee Snider, rock and roll, singer of Twisted Sister. comes up to Congress in the United States, dressed like his usual self, which he self-described as a scumbag. So his hair ratted out, heavy makeup on, he's in a sleeveless shirt, and he's looking at Al Gore, who's got a stick shoved so far up his bum, it's coming out of his mouth. Still, 40 years later, nothing has changed. And he's just looking at him going, this is what our music does. This is what goes into our music. This is who I am as a person. And this is something for people that is an artistic expression and an artistic release. So everyone going on and on about video games. Postal. Oh, people went down hard on Postal because it had levels of violence and actions where it was a mechanic you could pee on people's corpses after you shot them dead. So it was a game that pushed the limits, and I would say, I grab a beer with Rick Hunter. I don't think I want to get into a fight with this guy, because at that point it's just, you know what? That's like getting an unkillable beast that's looking to make your life hell for pissing him off. And, especially with some characterizations just going, bro, he's just had a bad day. Leave him. Yeah, she's not going to hire anyone like that. Favorite character from a game called Dispatch? I would say I still have to play it. So short answer is I can't tell you yet, but I will check in with you because I am looking at playing Dispatch soon. They didn't sing a song called You Got Trouble from the Music Man. Mike and Vince, where's Roman at? Oh. Bringing in all the production crew, eh? All the rain crew. Which I'm not sure if y'all have a kind of like an internal name for your team with y'all. But, yeah, no, she prefers people from anime. Mike J and Vince Desi, just in case you're confused. Yeah, I mean, Postal, it's kind of interesting looking at games from the 90s and early 2000s like that, because in some cases, they're a time capsule of a very different era of video game development. And it's interesting to see just how different games were and the kind of envelopes that were pushed, because at that point, it was edgy as heck to make a game. You're just prod team. Okay. New prod and old prod. Cool. Once upon a lifetime ago, where, everyone was trying to make something edgier. You had Duke Nukem, you had Postal, you had, there was the South Park game, which didn't quite push things as far as you could go. Mortal Kombat, of course. Mortal Kombat, Time Killers, Eternal Champions. You'd get games where they're just up in the violence and the cartoony levels where you're going, man, this is it's funnier. It's more funny than it is violent. Because the kind of actions that they're coming up with, it's a weird creative art form that 9.9 out of 10 serious people would never think of doing something like this. Developing a Postal 2 Redux. Okay. Bringing back the classics. Oh my. Roman made Nostra's Dagger. Elite. Multitasking King, who made the Gore Frog, Dano, and you are old production, yeah. Because I remember your names from once upon a long time ago. It took me a moment as I needed to kind of get my brain spinning again, but I do remember from early Rain stuff. At least, early quote-unquote 3 years ago. That voice actor I sounded like might have done. Maury, Barry, and Sylveon Maker. And Soupy. Yeah, they, I know their names, much less so. I had not seen them creating things. What remake video game... Question on YouTube. What remake video game do you think a video game company should make someday? So this is a selfish one I'm going to say. One of the first dance and rhythm games, Bust a Groove. Bust a Groove had a soundtrack completely composed by Japanese juggernaut label Avex Trax that had no right to be as good as it was. Had fully motion captured dance animations was released originally, I think it was either 99 or 2000 on the PlayStation 1. And it and Parappa the Rapper were probably the two first major rhythm games. And then Dance Dance Revolution right around that same time. But Bust a Groove was awesome. It was colorful. It was fun. The characters were dynamic. The animations were excellent. And sadly, it is lost to time. Because the last game in the Bust a Groove series came out in 2001. And Enix, who produced it, is now part of Square Enix. And Square Enix has just left it to rot. Even Parappa, I'd say if there was more Parappa, I would be happy as anything, because Parappa the Rapper, for how fun it was, for how colorful it was, for how silly it was, you are a little dog, a rapping teenage dog trying to impress the love of his life, the literal flower, Sunny Funny, and all the misadventures that he needs to rap his way through, and he's gotta believe. With silly art by famous cartoon artist Rodney Greenblatt. It is just so off-the-wall wacky, and I don't even know what to say, but the fact that there are parts from this game that are so into the brain of this dream denizen, they are so burned in. Kind of funny where a spin-off where one of the characters goes to hell.
I bet I'm your favorite.
And thank you for the follow. So correct me to make sure I'm following. Which spin-off are we talking about? Do you mean Postal or do you mean a different series? 50-50 flexing one of the backers. 50-50 recommend the Kickstarter. Kickstarter, or did you rework Apocalypse Weekend? Okay, with Postal, that's right. Parappa. So, yes, fun fact here. So, the Parappa series, since we're talking old games right now, involved the original Parappa the Rapper. Next came a rock-styled rhythm game called Jammer Lammy, which featured Lammy, main character of the band Milk Can, who Katie Cat, one of Parappa's friends from the first game, founded. And then Parappa 2 after that. Jammer Lammy starts out with a very timid and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? A timid deer with a timid lamb with extremely bad luck who wakes up where she has 5 minutes to make it to her band's debut performance as she panics to run to get to the stage on time. All these misadventures. Suddenly, oh no, a building is on fire. Oh no, she needs to help deliver all these babies. Oh no, she accidentally tripped on a banana peel, fell, died, went to hell, and makes a deal with a demon idol to bring her back to life so she can get to her concert on time. But she needs to perform in this demon idol's concert, who's like, my guitarist flaked out on me. Don't suck and I'll bring you back to life. It is ridiculous and insane and so over the top. And yes, everything I said, this is the plot of the game. I'm going to type it in chat for y'all. Jammer Lammy. Full disclosure, in the US version, they did censor the part of her dying and going to hell, because especially back then, like, oh no, we can't have this in America. This is too violent. Oh no, this is terrible. So they changed up a little bit of that, but still nonetheless, demon idol she has to be the filling guitarist for. But it is so off the wall. It's one of those games where you're like, some of the people who came up with these ideas were probably on mind-altering substances. We won't judge them for whatever they are, but Show by Rock. Oh my God, there's another throwback. And I think, they could fall kind of in the same thing with how they're both about rock bands, one way or another. And I don't know if Jammer Lammy ever got a release It's probably gotten some PlayStation release, but as a shoot-off from the Parappa games, which the Parappa games are their own variety of insane, where you go from Parappa learning to defend himself by learning karate, to learning to drive, to working in a flea market to make up money after he accidentally smashed up his dad's car, to then trying to make a cake for his crush Sunny Funny, which he accidentally smashed up, so he has to learn to make one using a watch-along cooking show, to when he eats too much cake and then all of a sudden has to desperately go to the bathroom and then rap against all of his former rap teachers to get there, as all of them need to go at the same time. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't even be surprised for any of y'all who know Ina Dream Barbecue if they might have taken a little bit of Ina needing to reach the bathroom as inspiration from that. Yeah, I mean, Show by Rock I didn't watch much of it, but Show by Rock was certainly something once upon a lifetime ago with that era of anime. And same, I didn't see anything of Madoka Magica, but I know it's another iconic series from a certain era. I know my anime tastes are locked into time. And manga is a little more flexible, but I'd say I probably have 3 distinct favorite anime that I'll always come back to, maybe 4. Well, of course, Lovesick Max, get some rest. I know it is late, so if you want to leave the stream on, drift off to a dream world, I'll try to keep the vibe calm for you to dance away into a dreamland. Good night. No chill past episode 3. So, my 3 signature anime from once upon a lifetime ago. The old one is Ranma 1/2. Classic slapstick hijinks. Ranma and Akane, chaos, and all of the various suitors, all that Ranma and his swindler father are all stuck dealing with after his, dad just married him off to a bunch of girls for, place to stay or something to kind of make their way around. Tiger and Bunny, which took Western superhero show, the idea of a Western superhero show, turned it into a televised game show, essentially. Flipped the concept on its head, awesome character design, good incorporation of CGI into 2D animation, and stylish character designs. But really it was Japan looking at Western superheroes and just flipping the whole trope on its head. And panty and stocking. Period. Panty and stocking is so wonderfully batshit insane and so shameless with how it goes into everything. I just go, chef's kiss. It's perfection. It is just magic. Absolute cinema. And I still need to watch new Panty and Stocking. So there, I might even do a watch along. I don't know if I'll end up getting myself content claimed, but heard it. So yeah, Panty and Stocking. One, if you like any Craig McCracken animation, like Powerpuff Girls or Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Wander Over Yonder, the kind of humor he would throw into things. But as this chaotically, overly sexed up, just nothing is off the table, chaotic adventure. And it especially for when a lot of anime really gets stuck in the tropes of, all right, fine, it's all about some magic girl, and we've got the sex appeal because Japan likes its things a certain way, anime fans want a certain way. But it is just so over the top chaotic that it ends up it's over the top and it works. And yes, have a fabulous night, Max. Get some rest. And I see on the other chat, monkey. But I highly recommend Panty and Stocking. For anyone who has somehow not seen it yet, it is so over the top. And one of the other fun things about it as well is, of course, with it being an artistic work, it's also a product of its time where there are things that are extremely offensive and extremely, you just look at that and go, oh my God, I can't believe they put that in there. Just enjoy it. It's such chaos. And it really leans into everything without pulling any punches. And all the characterizations, the voiceover, English or Japanese, take your pick. It's just so off-the-wall crazy. And then, of course, you get to the new version, which even brings in other characters, new dynamics, new crazy transformation sequences that are just a love letter middle finger to... Well, actually, it's just a straight love letter to old Magic Girl transformation sequences. It's crazy. It's amazing. And Panty and Stocking, God, I think it's been about 15 years now since it was released. But it is just wild. So, y'all go check it out if any of y'all who have not seen it yet. It's fun. It's silly. Oh, my. Wasn't there some skit in Power Rangers where they made fun of the transformations or something? Possibly. I mean, Power Rangers has been running, or the Sentai series that Power Rangers has been based on has been running for about 50 years now. So I imagine Akba Ranger, okay. I imagine there's been something that has made fun of the transformation sequences by this point. Because I want to say tokusatsu as a genre where tokusatsu, which is the concept that Power Rangers has been based off of, and in many cases just took straight up footage from. Let's see. Or just a Sentai show, I guess would be a more appropriate term. Super Sentai, how long has it been running? Let me double check this for reference now. The first one aired in 1975, so it is 50 years of different Sentai shows, including Zyuranger, which was used as the basis for Power Rangers. So it is what Doctor Who is to the UK. Super Sentai is to Japan. Man, because I remember, and even for any of y'all who are familiar with old Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, where you had the original Rangers, you had Rita Repulsa, and unfortunately, for as much as an impression as this stuff led, there was a lot of crazy crap that went on behind the scenes. Unfortunately, it's always a thing where you get some big series that leaves an impression on kids, and it turns out to have some nasty producer behind it, but it was fully taking advantage of everyone, paying them crap, and just treating all of their actors like they were just nothing. Always seems to happen when you get a group ensemble like that. But anyway, you had Machiko Soga, who was the actress who played Rita Repulsa. Japanese version, Rita Repulsa, or Bandora as she was known. And you had her acting as a villainess in so many different Sentai series up to that point, where she was a well-known celebrity in this genre. Sadly passed away in 2006. I think she only lived into her 60s. And I want to say pancreatic cancer. And her final role, here's the twist, is for all the years that she played a villainess like Rita Repulsa or anything else. Her final role was known as the Mystic Mother, who happened to be a goddess watching over the Rangers. And it's kind of a wonderful twist for a final farewell role. Retcon Lupatna 2 separate teams so it can be considered 50. Wow. But yeah, there's a lot of amazing stuff that goes into a series of just that length. I don't even... Because there's so much Sentai that never even made it out. You gotta find a dedicated... You gotta find your channels to watch it. Because I want to say it's probably all been fan-subbed by now. Because there is such a dedicated fan base to it. But, man, it's a lot to take in. I'm just trying to process that right now. Goated final twist. I know. And it just happened to be convenient. That I don't think they planned it. As I want to say, Machiko Soga had passed suddenly. And, you know, Carla Perez and Barbara Goodson are the actresses who respectively played Rita Repulsa's face actress and voice actress, since Machiko Soga was only a part of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So Carla Perez, and anything where they kept Rita Repulsa on as a character past that, her face was Carla Perez, and she was dubbed over by the voice actress Barbara Goodson. Where is I going with that? Goated final twist. Where was I? Oh my god, my mind is fried tonight. I just appreciate y'all chilling with me. Sometimes it's just, you know, ramble, talk, and just whatever topic it is that we happen to dance into. You know, just something to be lulled off for the night. But yeah, I think that's what it was. I think her death was sudden. So I don't think it was planned that after she became the character Mystic Mother, for her that to be her final role. Because I know there have been some creatives, actresses, and others who, sadly, they knew when their time came. Like, there's a genre of music known as city pop, which is often used for vaporwave and future funk. And city pop is a genre of Japanese pop music that was very popular in the 80s and the 90s. And you'll recognize it has a very signature, bubbly sound, often very melancholy lyrics, often a lot about love. But one of the OGs of the city pop movement, Miki Matsubara, her name is. And sadly, she was someone who she only lived to be in her 40s. But after spending her life grinding away to build up a music career, she realized her health was in such terrible condition due to cancer, if I remember correctly, that she knew she just had to step back, and sadly, she lamented that she didn't take a lot of time for her life outside of being a singer, because at that point she realized her life was not going to be very long. And it was kind of a sad thing, because at least I think with Machiko Soga, she knew more. With her being able to perform for the time that she was able to get more out of life. But at least she had the opportunity to, for over 30 years, perform as an actress and be idolized in this specific medium. The moon from Bear in the Big Blue House. Yep. And there's some there's unfortunately a lot of stories of individuals who they've been lost far too young. One actress that comes to mind was Mary Kay Bergman, who was a voice actress who was one of the voices of Daphne Blake and was really a rising star. But sadly, due to demons she was fighting, could not make it past the age 38. And the legacy that she left, unfortunately, it's one that her husband has tried to help carry it on. And an actress who took over some of her large roles, Greta Lyle, who is a very close personal friend of hers, has helped to try to keep her memory alive so that there can be some happier memories. But it's a hard thing where there are some things that losing a performer it's I realize it's a somber topic right now, but they can be the heart and soul of a performance, of a show. And there's you can't create without them. So you hope to appreciate their work as best as you can. Oh yeah, no. The act I'm gonna put a warning on this one for y'all, so mute for about 2 or 3 minutes in case you don't want to hear a really dark story. But the actress from The Land Before Time, who is the voice actress of the character Ducky, unfortunately had a very tragic incident. She was a very young girl. I want to say she was only 6 or 7. She was raised in a family with a father who lost his mind and took the lives of her and her mother and him and himself. And it was that, and then also the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven, which was her last role. Both Don Bluth movies. And the actor who played the dog, Charlie, she had finished her lines before he did. And the actor, you know, a grizzled man at this point, had to record against her voiceover. And the story as he told it is he broke down into tears because of how emotional it was, knowing that by no fault of her own, she grew up, unfortunately, under a vile and evil abuser who, well, hurt her permanently. So, it's a somber story because it was a very young, promising soul who did not get to experience more than a taste of life. I realize it's a very somber topic, and yeah, you hope for the opportunity so no one ever has to fall into a struggle like that, especially with the vulnerability of a child. Because as a child, I will admit I'm not familiar with that song in particular, but it is something that I'll mourn for a kid but won't cry for a king. That's a poignant lyric. Respect for that one. Because especially with the light of a child's soul, you hope that that light can go on to grow, to bring beauty to someone else's heart, to find the joy that is so intrinsic in living. Because that's one of the... No one knows what exists beyond life. As someone who is a creature of a digital abyss, a dream world, even I can't tell you what exists beyond life, beyond the escapes of life. cherish what life you have. Because the bittersweet thing is knowing that there are many people who try to suck out the love for life, who try to kill passion, in some cases try to take your own ability to live. Protect yourself from abusers. Protect your heart. And if there is a vulnerable soul, do what you can to protect them, however possible. Whether it be a child, whether it be a pet, whether it be a vulnerable soul who has just made it farther, but still needs protection. Do good. Create. And just help fill others with dreams, so that hopefully their hearts can fight on to still feel that light. Unfortunately, I don't know what exists beyond life. I like to create a world where it can be an escape, a place to rest, a place to have the strength to continue on. But I'll be real that I don't know what exists, and I do hope for something beautiful. In one place, in one form or another. It's all about finding that light inside your soul. No, that's fair. I realize one of the things of talking late night is understanding, and I appreciate y'all spending your time, is sometimes it's a little hard to predict where the mood will gonna go. Where the mood will go. So it's sometimes there's introspective moments, more so than just sometimes we get to have some laughs together. Sometimes you just need to put your heart or your heart-shaped scar out there. And in a weird way, approaching the darkness of the soul can give a greater appreciation for where there is light, and hopefully find more light, supportiveness, and something that can be beautiful and inspirational. After all, how many people have tried to share the words, we are the lovers, we are the dreamers. As I welcome you into my world, I ask for a memory. Share something with me so that I may hold it as a little jewel. It can be one you cherish. It can even be one you wish to discard. But in exchange for that, I give you a chance to rest. And a little light to take back as something to turn into a dream. And hopefully power you and power your soul into making something beautiful. So, all I ask is to keep your heart good. Create art. And just do anything you can to stop evil, malice, abuse. Please show it for now. I'm sorry. I apologize, Wilma. I'm not sure if I show it. I'm afraid I don't think I follow what you're saying. Show what? The sunset at Bulcock Beach in Caloundra. Now there's a beautiful sight. Is when you can go to the kind of memory that it's a particular place and a particular time. And you can just remember being in that exact moment. That's beautiful. And just something that... good calamari and a nice breeze. Man, y'all really do... I apologize, Wilma. I'm not sure what you want me to show. I don't think I had any plans to show anything tonight. But yeah, beautiful memories like that. Story made with friends wrapped up and remembered looking out the window as we arrived made you thankful for the time you had. Man, that's what you hope for. Is a beautiful memory, and even better is one that you can share. It's funny how a lot of beach scenes and things like that often end up being very nostalgic and really capture a certain emotion where you're just looking out, listening to the waves. It's kind of interesting how that gets used a lot, whether it's... Oh, what is it? I was going to say Kingdom Hearts for one. Destiny Island. Where it's all just an island where you grow up and play. And a memory you can go back to out on your adventure. Salisbury Hill and Truce. Okay. And yes, Wilma, I'm sorry, I don't know what you were asking me to show. I know you said please show it, but I don't know what you mean by it. Sunsets at Saint-Pierre? Okay. So from the little places I've been able to get a view from my dream world, there's a phenomenon known in Texas as the Violet Crown. And it is... The Violet Crown is where, due to the colors of the land, you just see everything take this wonderful purpley hue at sunset. And just as far as the eye can see over rolling hills, lands where they've found fossils going back millions of years, and just watch that last glint of light before night. So, Violet Crown is certainly a sight I'd say is comparable with a beach sunset. Or I guess sunrise, depending on which side you're looking at. So, depending on what kind of shore you see. Because there certainly is an interesting thing whether you see the sun rise on a beach versus the sun set on a beach. Or even if you go up into the north. Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day, localized entirely in your kitchen? Yes. May I see it? No. Oh. So, Wilma, we're talking about beaches because everyone on Twitch and horizontal YouTube chat was talking about beach sunsets. So that's why I'm talking about that. I don't have an easy way to combine your chat into things right now, I believe. Oh, Morpho, you know Zilker Park, eh? Uh-huh, indeed. Zilker Park. I see. Zilker Park is... I know a few things about places like Austin, Texas. Zilker Park is part of what's called the Greenbelt, a area within hill country, just right across the river from the downtown. you know, seeing little peeksies from my dream world, looking out into different things that I can see. But it is a beautiful rolling green landscape that is along the Colorado River. So you have people kayaking, enjoying life. You have a natural springs pool known as Barton Springs, where it's open all hours until about 10 o'clock at night, and it's always a perfect 65 to 70 degrees year round. And it is one of the most iconic green spaces because it is literally right across the river from the city. But just rolling green landscapes as far as the eye can see, trails, and that particular part of the world is known for a lot of very beautiful geography, whether it's Silker Park, whether it's Bull Creek, whether it's Gracie Woods. There's all kinds of things that anyone who likes to take in nature, it's right there. And I've heard from a few people who have some ties to that city. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, bien. Just had a flash. There's a hill near a village you used to go on vacations 3 years ago. You went to see a comet for the first time. Nice. Very nice. Somerset Dam. I mean, sometimes, you know, a park versus just a aesthetic space. Because there's certainly some things where it might not be so much a park in as much as it's just trails weaved into nature or something that just, you know, it's just got a pretty view. And one of the most beautiful things to me is just looking out into a land and just seeing sunsets, night skies, and just all of the colors as everything goes dark. And as they used to say in Welcome to Night Vale, to look up onto the skies, partially stars, mostly void. And just looking up into the great endless abyss, knowing that it is impossible for all of it to ever be explored. But yet you can view so much of it from your eyes. Every shape, every sparkle that it takes. And just take it in that moment. And it'll never be the same the next night because you might have a star turn into a supernova, might have a star that finally meets its end. I know that is in Cyrillic, probably Russian, but I will say that is not a language I can read on stream. But there is the town of Esk, out to Toowoomba. Okay. Hello, Ash. Good morning. How you be? I know this is wake up time for you now, so come on in. Pookie! Real for that. Oh my god. Here come the Pookie bombs. Pookie reunion! Passed out while listening? Well, shucks. I mean, as I say, Ash, that is the greatest compliment I can receive. To lull someone off into their dreams. Well, shucks. Probably gonna get ready to call a night sometime soon. As I was looking to see who is on at this hour, I can send y'all on off in a bit to Australia. At least on the Twitch side. Either to Australia, or I can send you to some ASMR. Which I know, chat, y'all are like 50-50 on ASMR, where you're just, all of a sudden, whenever it's sensory ASMR, you're just like, no, Mihai, don't, stop, no sensory ASMR. You know, roleplay ASMR, fine, not sensory ASMR. But there's actually a really good ASMR artist I've been listening to that he does just a lot of really gentle kind of stuff that I go, okay, this is nice. This is nice. I know on the YouTube side, sadly, I don't have a way to swing y'all on over to Twitch, but yes. Was talking to streamer man, no, I don't want to go to bed. I mean, you know, I'm an insomniac helping to guide y'all on off to your own little dreamlands. Yeah, I mean, so, and that's kind of the funny thing, is understanding the sensory struggles of neurodivergence is how sometimes it's like a 50-50 roll of the dice, whether someone will either be oriented so it's a pleasant thing and almost like little massage of the ears and other things, and then some where they just get the heebie-jeebies, like no, just stop that, it feels weird. So it's kind of funny how that plays out like that. I definitely get it, because of course, especially for sensory ASMR artists, where they'll start doing like slime splorches and what other kind of things am I thinking of? Certain scritchy sounds. I understand it really is a gamble, whether it's desirable or not. There's certainly a lot of things I keep under control in my world because, oh boy, it's there's some sounds that will drive me mad. But usually, at least the ASMR stuff, I'm like, it's like an ear massage. Or something that can really focus you in to almost follow along with what's happening, so it becomes very hypnotic in a manner. But it sounds like might not necessarily be everyone wanting to listen to slime scorching in your ears. Binaural slime scorching. So yeah, no, y'all are seen and heard keyboard ASMR. In fact, you know. Teehee. Of course, given some of y'all know that whenever I might be with a keyboard, it's like I hit my keyboard with a grudge. But sounds like a walking ant. But yes, a little bit of keyboard ASMR in there. Nothing too weird. But sometimes it's just fun to goof around a little bit. As long as it helps you dance into a dream. Because dreams are beautiful to have. How are y'all feeling? Oh, really? Well. Oh my god, is this finally gonna fall asleep? I was gonna say, Tuxel, I hope you haven't been up too long. I know you did join early in the morning, but I hope you haven't been an insomniac Pookie today. Oh my, is this my debut into becoming an ASMR entertainer? Am I going to have to get myself a binaural microphone? Or at least, pull out both of mine? I might run in... I don't know if mine would work. Okay, so you got like 5 hours, not awful. Man, now y'all got me thinking, because I could use my 2 microphones, but they're very different microphones. So I don't know if they would cause a sensory issue, because one of them is very... Lance ASMR stream has to be a short for real. Oh my god. Broska, pitch it to Rain. If Rain's got the idea, it needs a voiceover. Oh my god. I was gonna say, Nostra, of course, is just telling a story ASMR. I'm planning to have a little story night with y'all sometime. I was originally planning on doing it for Halloween, but sadly, things did not work out. But was planning on reading a little infamously terrible fanfiction. So we can get fully emotional. Probably even turn it into almost like a Markiplier beverage consumption stream. Like when he did 5 Nights at Fuckboys. Interesting. Well, maybe it's time I finally let y'all drift off for the night. Little lore bits, ancient world lore told by members of the My Immortal? No comment, Dexter. No comment. Let's just say I think you'll enjoy when we get back. I think you'll enjoy. Well, I mean, you pretty much figured out the surprise by that one. So, yeah. My Immortal. God, what a piece of fiction that certainly exists and was written by one person. I'm going to have to put some major warnings on that stream when we get there. Because, oh my, is some of it aged like a fine cream. The My Immortal, oh yes, I will definitely let you know once that comes. Because it is... I actually did not know about that when it was written, but it certainly is something that exists. I think that's the best way of putting it. Oops, wrong chat, how dare you. Speaking of which, Finn, do we have someone else who... Oh, wait, Morpho, are you going live? Are you going live? At this hour of the night? At this place? Because, I could always get ready to send everyone on off if y'all are ready to move on to another adventure. Just let me know, because if you don't... since you are here, it's not often I get the chance to ask, but if you don't want me to send everyone over, just making sure. Only got it because your friend group at the time, which were low-key obsessed Potterheads, wasn't as deep into it. I think part of it comes from the shitlordy nature of just how terribly written it is. That it calls upon so many things that... I don't know if the humor translates as well because it leans so far into edgy scene culture that was popular at the height of Harry Potter back around 2006, 2010 about-ish. So I think some of it doesn't quite land as well unless one has a connection to that world where it's just, this was Hot Topic. This was rainbow-colored hair. This was eyeliner, just, going through an eyeliner pencil every day. This was guys who could fit into skinny jeans so tight that a vein would cause them to rip. It was a time that existed. And every other song, just classics like, you'd get the singer up there with his perfectly straightened jet black hair, and he's just holding his microphone in his skinny t-shirt, in his checkered bands, and all the jellies he's got, probably a few piercings like snake bites, probably just like an eyebrow piercing, tight jeans, Vans or Converse, and just singing like, my girlfriend left me and I wanted to cry 'cause she cheated on me, so I blew up her place and made her boyfriend go bald. What a golden hoe! Betty's impotent. Basically every theme song about circa 2006. The sad thing is how many times it was based on a true story. Where it's like, man, y'all really had some crappy experiences in your love life. I hope anyone who cheats with a significant other goes bald. Even if you craft a golden hoe, you reap what you sow. Want to get snake bites? So cringe? Good. My job here is done. If y'all aren't cringing from that, I'm not doing it well enough. Oh my God, scene culture. Scene emo. I do this lovingly. I am looking back with fond memories going, this is the time where you just, you load up the internet, and the second or third page that you're on is probably a YTMND video that goes, how could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. So on and so forth. Simple Plan. Oh God, we're bringing back the classics. God, to think, if anyone, probably half of, there's a big chunk of people who learned about Simple Plan because it became, their one song became such a meme through YTMND, where it is just, this is the song that defines the emo generation. Of course, we can't cite the original YTMND because, the humor doesn't quite translate as well as it did into edgelord stuff back then. My God. I'm getting silly now. I don't want to wake anyone up with yowling like I'm on my way to Warped Tour, so... Oh yeah. Well, and I'll also give credit to My Chemical Romance and the Black Parade, because that is an album 19 years old now, and I think it still hits as hard as it did. Waking up the neighbors, shaking my head. Don't worry about me too. Well, given if anything it's y'all's audio, I get my nice hermitage out here in the Zettaplex. Only people I see are the ones who come to visit me. It's peaceful, relaxing. A world of dreams. Get to see All Times Low in December. Okay. Nice. It's also interesting where certain genres of music end up becoming popular. Like, I know Latin America, it was interesting. J-rock has always been a little bit of an esoteric genre. It didn't take off like J-pop, and especially not like K-pop. But looking at things from the Visual K era, where you got a lot of Malice Miser, you've got Buck Tick, you have certain parts of L'Arc-en-Ciel, And you'd have a lot of performers who went for this very over-the-top kind of aesthetic that was just romantic and gothic and drawing upon fantasy reinterpretations of historic garb. And for some reason, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, there's this at Chile, there's this massive J-rock following in South America. And it's just like, bruh, where did this come from? Now, because I could get some of it. Like, Germany's got the Wave Gothic Treffen Festival. So you'd get a lot of the Gothic stuff that would cross over there. And in some cases, literally some Japanese artists who'd go out to Wave Gothic Treffen. But it was one of those, anything from Play Lunch, Bogan Funk. I'm going to check that out because I am not familiar yet. Bogan Funk. I'm going to have to get some new music. Play Lunch. Let me make a note of that just for later. Play Lunch. Oh, what's another 69 tabs? Play Lunch. Who they be? 7-member Aussie band. Okay, so they're fairly recent. I'm down for some funk. Oh, and then some. Tuxel suggesting funk. Just all of a sudden we get Dr. Livesey in here like boom 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 Rom Schmerz. Just comes in, just parading in like a Chad with his entourage. Oh, Dr. Livesey. All because he's a teetotaler. Well, he can enjoy keeping away from the dream drink. So, how about we get ready to call it a night? Sound good to y'all? We've been up for a while, we've had a good time. I think it's about time to rest. So, I appreciate you all joining me tonight. I hope that you've had a pleasant and restful evening. And as we get ready to dance into our dreams, find a beautiful memory. Hold it dear to your heart. Keep it close. Synesthesia. Man, yep. We're on the same wavelength. When anyone says synesthesia, where you're just able to mesh together the senses, it's a beautiful sensation to carry into your dreams. Hard to join. Or rather, hard to explain. Words. But I know since Morpho is starting, I think I'll send y'all on off to her. Have a little chill vibe with Power Wash Simulator. She's got a good stream for y'all to enjoy. But for anyone who's not in the Discord, y'all are more than welcome. Pop on in. We got good people. We got artists. We got creatives. I appreciate you leading me deep into your world. So, thank you for letting me sync my heartbeat to yours. Just hold those memories close. Hold those dreams even closer. And carry them back with you until we meet again. So, my net surfers, my digital dreamers, until we meet again.